Welcome back. We're playing Supermarket Simulator, and we are going to play without sound because that's what we're doing here. But yeah, so you start off at this market down the street here, and when you walk all the way down past your gas station right here, there is a chopped cheese. Ooh, that sounds good. You get to come into here when you unlock like produce. But the thing is about the produce section is that it can be a bit costly because each box is like 50 bucks and each one changes price daily. So it's like, I'm not sure it's really worth it. As much as it is worth it to have fresh produce IRL, I'm not sure it's worth it in the game. When you live, when you live, where you're located here, right? There's also down the street next to the gas station. If you take a right here, I'm running by the way. This is running speed. This is something you also unlock later. It's a meat and dairy. I was telling Pisces and the others that it was a meat and deli, but it's a meat and dairy. And you get to get your cheese and your milk and your eggs all from that all from that section specifically. So anytime you unlock any like dairy and meat stuff, that's where you go, and that's actually going to be the most worth it to get as far as licenses go, because cheese and meat are very important. So when you come all the way down from the left side of the area, this is where you're going to be shopping the most, because everything you buy here is half off its actual price. And it'll say that on the box. It'll say it's on sale. So initially, if you go online on the computer, it's right there. It's easy. You can just grab it off your computer and get it delivered. But there's a delivery fee, and you're paying $11.88 when you could just be buying this for $5.94. This one also, it says it's 7 something, but it's actually $3.96 at the wholesale market, which is great because that is a discount, and mama loves a discount, okay? So we're going to get one of each because that's what we do. We already got you. And see, we're not needing that stupid loan. Who needs a loan? Not me. Not I. So there's 5 items you get, or sorry, 6 items you get at the very beginning of this game, as well as oil. And you're left with $3 if you get one of everything. You don't have to get one of everything. I've noticed the customers that come in don't throw a fit if you don't have something. Early stages of the game, they would, though. They would be like, you don't have bread? Like, no, I do not, motherfucker. Just live with it. So just like always, chuck that over. So usually when I see these prices, this is just me recommending this. You can play the game however the fuck you want. Usually what we do is we look at the market price. It says $4.50. I just do what the base price is, because I don't like doing change, because the second you do change, people are going to be like, can I get a quarter back? Like, no, you cannot. I don't like dealing with loose change in my real life. I don't like dealing with it in a game. It just doesn't make sense to me. You know, it just doesn't make sense to me, and that's okay. So we're going to continue on. Once I get a truck, I'll be able to load the truck up and just do one walkthrough, but unfortunately at the very beginning stages of the game, you kind of have to walk back and forth. And it gets a little bit old, but you get used to it. Also, I love how no sound is playing. I already set the price, sweetheart. Leave me alone. So for like market price being $3.96, I just rounded off to what the next one is, which is 4, because at that point it is a round off. Customers generally get upset if you're charging over 25 cents or more than 25 cents the original price, which is why you have to be really, really careful. So if it's like, if the market value is like $3.75 and you want to charge $4 for it, that's pretty much the only thing you're allowed to do. There aren't pennies anymore. Are you serious? Did we run out of pen? I remember hearing about that, but I didn't know how true that is. And yes, I am going to have to run back and forth everywhere, but that's okay. See, here I can get away. I think I can get away with charging $5 for that because its market value is 483. So it's just around the 25-cent margin. Pennies have been canceled. They round up or down. Oh, that's crazy. I mean, yeah. I mean, if something is 4.99 and I have a $5 bill, I'm not gonna care about that penny. There's nobody in these cars, by the way. I'm not gonna care about that penny. I'm just not. It's not going to matter to me, and I don't really understand people who are like, "Where's my penny?" You know, there are people like that. There were people like that when I worked at the supermarket. They were just like, "My change is off by a penny. You're trying to scam me." Like, no one cares about your damn penny, sir. So yeah, beginning stage of the game, you just excuse me. Yeah, that's what you do. You cough very loudly for no reason. Um, you kind of get your stuff across the street, and you hope for the best. What I usually like to do once I hit level 10, because that's when you can hire a cashier, is I hire a cashier immediately, and then I let him handle all of it. And then what I do is run back and stock up on everything that I need. So the market price is 371. So I think what I'll do. Damn, I kind of want to charge 4, but that's gonna be just. They'll probably complain. It's fine. It's not retail unless someone's complaining about something. Like, I had this guy come into the supermarket I used to work at, because I used to work at a supermarket, and for like 3 years, and he would come to the store and be like, "Hey, did you know your store smells like fish?" And I looked around and I was like, "Well, sir, we sell sushi here. A lot of sushi. We sell raw fish. Um, I don't know what to tell you beyond that." And he looked at me like I was insane. "How dare you sell fish at a grocery store?" This one is $5.98, so we'll just go for 6. So, importantly, make sure all of your prices are on, because if you don't have a price selected, uh, you will be selling at the market value and get nothing out of it. Cannot pick that up yet? Alright. Open the store. Now, you might be asking yourself, "Val, why haven't you turned the lights on?" Because that's gonna cost me money. Alright, sir, you would like a whole thing of bread. Thank you. Get out of my face. Thank you for your $4. Thank you for your money. Thank you for your money. So, yeah, so this next person's probably gonna pay with card, because in the tutorial they generally, one person pays with cash, one person pays with card, so you kind of get the idea of what to expect. She didn't complain about the $5 for this, so it is within that margin, that 25-cent margin. I'm going to move this over because I like it to be right by the door, because I'm crazy. I'm going to move you over. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to unlock the expansion for the store until I really feel comfortable with the amount of money that's coming in and out. Because you can make the mistake of basically just losing all your money because you flew too close to the sun. Also, unrelated to Supermarket Simulator, I realized after stream yesterday, if you were there, thank you for being there. If you weren't, let me catch you up real quick. We had a message for the collective, like a very general one message for everybody in the collective. And it kind of got away with saying that there's some confidence about the future that we need to have that is based in confidence that we've already accumulated. And after stream yesterday, I passed the fuck out. I had a huge fat nap. And I woke up and I realized kind of what the message was saying for me personally and what the message could be saying for the collective. So, I've decided I'm going to go ahead on a project that I've been working on in private because I had kind of some doubts in it, and I'm just going to kind of go for it. But it is going to kind of be a swing off of that message. So, I don't have a date for any specific release just yet, but I am planning on releasing something either on Substack or on YouTube or both that will kind of accumulate what that message is saying for the collective. And I'll probably be doing my collective messages more on Substack or more on YouTube, more so as a journaling experience, because I've noticed with general messages when I give them out, whether they're intended for a specific collective, like they're specific to a certain group of zodiac signs or not, they generally have a portion of those messages tends to be go journal about this. And that is a project idea I've been having, is ways that we can utilize our tarot in journaling. So I will be letting you know more about that when the time comes. We have $66. I think that's good. That just means in the morning I'll be able to get more stock of the stuff that we already have, but it looks like our shelves are pretty full still. So good. We're making our money back in what's the word, in droves? Good sir, you are way too dressed up to be in here, but let's go. So there is a DLC that I purchased. It is vending machines. They are about $500 each for one vending machine. But the beauty of the vending machine is when I get water and sodas unlocked, it will let me go ahead and like fill the vending machines up with that stuff. But I'm not going to unlock that stuff till later because the vending machines don't really make enough back right away, and you kind of want your investments of your money early on to be making you that money back like right away. So maybe later, maybe when the store gets a little bit bigger and I have like 2 cashiers and a stalker, because at some point we're going to need that. Maybe. Actually, no, because you need the storage, and I said I wasn't going to get the storage for a while, so... Because the storage is good to have if you have extra stock, but you can't really have extra stock early game if you're kind of... Your items... Every time you buy a box of something, it's kind of on the shelf and then gone immediately. So, we're planning this out slowly. We're going to give it some time. Alright, it is 5 o'clock, so we're going to turn this on, because it's going to get dark very soon. So the beauty of this game is we also are going to, at some point... Is that Dunkin' Donuts? I'd sue if I were them. At some point, we're also going to unlock janitor stuff, like janitorial stuff. And that is somewhere. We also have a liquor store in the neighborhood. That's cool. Yeah, we have like a janitorial supply down the street. Yeah. Customers waiting for checkout. That's too bad for them. I'm talking. Alright. What you need? Just you couldn't have waited for one bottle. Well, you could have just took it from me. I wouldn't have given it. Well, I would have cared. We have a janitorial supply. Not on the turn where you go to the green market, but on this turn right before it. There's another grocery here. Ooh, competition. I don't have it unlocked as with the others, but at some point I'll be able to buy toilet paper from here, and it will fly off the damn shelves, because it does fly off the damn shelves. Also, my stomach is upset. You might hear it a little bit, because it's been quite a day. Alright, we got 3 people waiting. I am so sorry. Pasta, you say? Alright. Get the fuck out of my store. At least they didn't ring the bell and yell at me. Hi, Yua. How are you? How's it going? Look at that. Amazing. We are out of flour and almost oil, but we'll get more in the morning. You got off work early. Congratulations. I love that for you. I love a day that we get off early. It's telling me to turn on the lights, and I'm like, they're already on. What do you mean? There you go. It's gonna tell me to do that until I do it. Wow. $100 on $16 worth of stuff. I just gave her too much money. JK. Okay, that's what I did. I was like, what did I do? $200 at the end of the day. That's not bad. That's really not. I do have to perform 3 more checkouts. I'm kind of wondering if 3 more people will come in, but I don't think so. So, oh, it's okay. He wasn't going to buy much of anything. He was probably just going to buy just like a box of cereal. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. So we do need especially more oil, more flour. We'll probably need more powdered sugar soon. So let's just go over to the market and buy a little bit of everything. More because we're probably going to need to stock up so we have like a couple days. We're supposed to keep running back and forth. It just seems more efficient to do it that way. We're going to budget ourselves $100 because we were able to get everything with 50. So 100 seems like it's more than enough. And just a reminder, we do still have construction going on at my house, so you're going to hear some noises. Hopefully nothing too loud. I think it's like subtle background noise. I don't think it's too bad, but they are just working outside right now. What did I get? I don't want to double up until I know I have at least one of everything. Okay. We need more of this and probably more oil. Yeah, more oil. Okay, just do that. Hello. And eventually we'll have a truck and we won't have to do it this way, but it's okay. That's the early stages of anything, is that you do it the uncomfortable way before you do it the comfortable way. You get used to doing it the uncomfortable way, and then you have the comfort of knowing that you did everything right and you can now do it the comfortable way. I don't know, your 10,000 hours, whatever they say in show business. All right, just get up there, man. Damn. Struggle is real. Alright, so we need extra flour. This is like, it does take a little bit extra time out of the actual gameplay of running the supermarket, but the benefit is that you don't have to spend as much and there's no delivery fee. Because there is also a delivery fee. And also, they stopped doing deliveries after 9 o'clock online. Whereas after 9 o'clock, if you still have people coming into your store, you can just run over to this and just get whatever you need. Which I think is beautiful. I think it's nice to have. Alright, so we're still under budget. We got 2 of everything, and we can get 1 more of something. I think I'm gonna get 1 more of this. Just for now, because we tend to go out of it. And I think we'll be good. I think we'll be okay. Got any plans for us today, Yue? Awesome. Let's, yep. I want to open the store, but it's going to pile up, and I'm going to not be able to do everything I want to do. Damn. It's okay. It happens. Get out of my own way here. Like I said, it is a bit of a, like, frustration of running back and forth, but you don't have to worry about delivery fees, so, or doubling up how much, because this, I got all of this for under 100, and it would have absolutely cost me more than 100. You think you're gonna garden and garden? That sounds lovely. I love that for you. I would like to garden and Literally just do nothing. My favorite day off is gardening and then just doing absolutely jack shit. Actually playing this. Gardening and then playing this for several hours. Perfect for a Thursday. You're absolutely right, Elsie. I love a good Thursday. It's actually one of my favorite days of the week, is a Thursday. Alright, so let's, damn. Anyways. Anyways, I want all that. I tell myself every time there's a bot in chat that I must be doing well if I'm attracting bots, but that only makes me feel good for like so long until I'm like, damn, there's more bots in here than people. JK, there's not, but I'm just like, damn, a bot. Are we for real right now? But it's more of a positive than it is a negative. Absolutely. I just, you know, it's one of those I like to look at it like sort of like that whole like turbulence means you're rising sort of thing, but also like scary. Turbulence is scary. I'm gonna have to tell Luna that it's Thursday. She's gonna feel so gaslit. Alright, we are going to just leave the store closed so I can get everything over here. And then hopefully we don't run out of anything too quickly. I could just spend the rest of my money stocking up and getting everything else that we need and then going back to a flat $50, but I kind of feel like that's asking for problems. You want to make sure that you're spending within a budget that's reasonable to you. And then as your store is increasing in numbers, you're obviously going to need to reconsider your budget. So, I'm sure you're part of the Moonbase Discord. I'm sure someone will explain it to you, but I'll do my best at explaining it if Elsie doesn't mind. Unless Elsie wants to explain it, that's fine too. Whoever gets to it first. Where are we? Okay. Please don't feel gaslit. It's a Moonbase Discord joke from this morning. Elsie, are you there? And when the world needed her most, she disappeared. Yeah, the short of it is that I think it might have been a typo on Elsie's part, but there was a mishap of Happy Thursday in the general chat of the Moonbase Discord, and we were just like, it is Tuesday, my guy. Which it is, but you know what? She's the hero we need, not the one we need right now. Exactly. But basically, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a typo on her part. I'm sure that she'll tell you her version of it, and that is the correct version, but the way that I see it is she probably typoed, and it said Thursday, and she meant Tuesday. Yeah. It happens. I honestly, like, I have days where I'm like, it's Monday, but it feels like a Saturday, or it's Saturday and it feels like a Monday. It does feel like a Thursday. You're absolutely right. It feels like a Thursday of a long week that wasn't bad, but we're definitely glad is over. Does that make sense? I feel like it does. It was a long week, but it wasn't bad. It was just a lot. And life's been feeling like a lot lately, but I've been feeling a lot better. So I don't know about y'all, but hopefully everyone's feeling a lot better. It's all come together, you know? It's all gonna be worth it. Thursday is upon us. Thursdays are actually great days for prayer and manifestation. And my friend on Substack, my friend who is the reason that my tarot account blew up on Twitter, my friend Jeannie, did a really incredible um, Substack on how the 11th house in astrology and also the 5th house in astrology, they're on an axis, represent manifestation and how it's a type of performance, and that performance is greatly influenced by the people around us. That can be family, that can be friends. And so you have to be really careful about the people that are around you and the people that influence you in this life, because they're going to influence not just what you're praying for, but the mindset of what it means to receive and what it means to wish for things. It's a very beautiful piece. I'll go ahead and link that in the Discord at some point, if I get her permission. I'm sure she'll be fine with me linking it. But it's a great piece on the 5th house and 11th house in astrology. If you don't know anything about astrology to know what I'm talking about, that's okay. I'll eventually get to a point in my streams where I'll start yapping a bit more esoterically. I do my morning Monday messages, and I know it helps some people, but I feel like as a collective, there's a lot of people who aren't quite ready for a streamer who does tarot readings the way that I'm doing them, or the approach that I want to. Honey, sesame, lobster, and pasta. I'm coming over right now. I'm allergic to specific like shellfish seafood, but I will eat that. I will absolutely eat that. That sounds incredible. Fuck, I'm gonna get hungry. Early on in stream, and I'm just stomach growling. When we went to Vegas, I had one year that I was like, I really want to go to Vegas. We went to Vegas. I won like $300 on the casino slots. It was cool. But that year we went, we discovered Gordon Ramsay has a fish and chips shop in the Las Vegas Strip, one part of the Las Vegas Strip, and we ate so much like fish and chips. There's a specific fish and chips there that is just lobster, and I ate there 3 meals a day the entire time I was there. There's other things to eat in Vegas, but that was the most delicious, and I love me a fish and chip shop, so I was there pretty much every day. However, not so good on the stomach. Was that everything? I think that was everything. Perchance it was. Yeah, that's everything. Okay, cool. We can open this door now. we can get this going. God, I want pasta now. Fuck. I want lobster rolls, actually. I can't eat it. Listen, when I was eating it 3 times a day while we were in Vegas, I definitely did not have a good time on that end. I won't explain why, but it was rough. But it was delicious, so it was worth it. It was delicious, but worth it. Delicious and worth it. Delicious, but painful, but worth it. That's how it should be. Sometimes you gotta make those sacrifices, even if it's your health that you're sacrificing. Alright, we are open for business. Come in the store, please. I need to make money, and you look like you have a lot. You look like that guy from Shark Tank, actually. Does anyone know who I'm talking about? I forgot his name. I forgot his name. I don't know who I'm talking about. Alright, so when I have a quick second, I'm going to show you guys how expensive it is to actually order stuff online. I think your first, like, order of, like, one of each of everything is, like, $100. So if you go to Market and you just do add to cart, everything is double the price here. And it's $93 plus $4 in shipping. So it's roughly about $100 to get one of everything. Where I was able to get 2 of everything for just under $100. So it is smarter to walk all the way back, but it's also like, it is a bit of a inconvenience, but it's worth the inconvenience because you're saving money. Ooh, it's getting dirty. It's getting let me out of here. Hello. Oh, I was already, never mind. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. So in Supermarket Simulator, if you notice at the top right next to the timestamp and the money, there is like this little like droplet symbol that's filled with yellow. That is literally telling you that your store is dirty and you need to clean it. And it fills up pretty quickly. Um, so you need to kind of mop the area and then also pick up any trash of people who maybe dropped something, because that happens a lot in a supermarket. I remember I had a shift where it was like the end of the day for me, like I had 20 minutes left of my shift, and someone spilled a bottle of mirin, because I worked at a Japanese supermarket. And mirin, if you do not know, mirin, is a very sticky substance. It is extremely sticky. So if you spill it everywhere, not only are you dealing with a giant glass bottle that you have to pick up and throw away, but you're also dealing with a very sticky substance. I cannot express enough how sticky it is. That's what she anyways. Um it is really hard to clean up if you don't have the proper tools. I did not. It was one of those markets where they always ordered way more product than they really needed. A lot of stuff got thrown away, and then we didn't have proper cleaning tools. We didn't have a proper like break room. Like, it was not a great place to work. But they closed down. I don't know when they closed down. I stopped working there in 2020. So anytime between 2020, March of 2020 to now, they probably realized we probably shouldn't be buying so much. And a lot of the reason they had all that money to begin with is because of their store in Texas. Except the fact that their Texan store also shut down because of bad management. And I had honestly knew it from the beginning when I started working there. I'm like, this place is not managed well. It was not managed well. It was my first supermarket work experience. Before that, I had worked as a assistant for a how do I say this? She wasn't really the owner of the company. She wasn't really a CEO. She was like a specific like title, and I don't remember, but I was her assistant. I basically filed a lot of paperwork for her. Um, and it was good money, but it was really boring work because she didn't trust me with a lot of it. But we'll get into that story another time. It's like, why hire somebody that you know doesn't have this skill and experience, and then be like, I don't trust you with this skill and experience? I'm like, well, anyways, why did you hire me then? Anyways. uh, Bad job experiences. We love to see it. Oh. It's telling me I gotta purchase a product license. I ain't doing that right now for a couple of reasons. The main reason being I don't get the money for it, but also I don't really think it's worth doing right now, because that means it's just more products I'm gonna have to shuffle over from the other place, and that seems like a lot of work. And I'm lazy. JK, it's not a laziness thing. It's just more work that I'm gonna have to do, and it's not really worth it right now. Well, I think the first license that you get is like for coffee and stuff, and I noticed that is worth it. In my experience, that's because they're worse it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. That I will say this, a couple years after I had moved away from, because I basically got hired for two reasons. The main reason was I needed a job and she felt sorry for me, and the second reason being is that I was the closest person living by. She knew my family, but I wouldn't say it was like a nepotism thing where, oh yeah, you know each other well enough to like trust each other with a job. Like, she knew me just well enough to say, I'm sure this kid needs a job, and I was genuinely like in my early 20s and needed a job because I didn't have one. And the place I was living at was not expensive, but you know, you need to eat, you need to take care of yourself. So, um, we do have an ad break coming in like 3 or 4 minutes. When I was working there, um, the owner of the company was her husband. Her husband, after I had moved away from there, I think a few years after that, passed. And I wasn't really sure. Ooh, I can charge 5 for this. I wasn't really. That was a horrible segue of me getting excited after saying someone had passed away. Not how I meant that to sound, but essentially, yeah, like she couldn't run the company anymore because of reasons. I never knew what the fuck happened to them because, again, we didn't really know each other all that well. But the short end, the short end of it is that they eventually had to close the company down anyway. So I don't really know if there were shenanigans happening, and I don't really know what the fuck to have expected from that experience anyway, because I kind of feel like it wasn't shenanigans. It was more like, I don't really know that she really liked running the company because she had her own companies she was running and she wasn't exactly the owner. So it was kind of an interesting, like, I would say it was like a juxtaposition of, knowing the person that you've hired in a personal way. Like, I love having a partner, but I wouldn't run a business with my partner unless I absolutely knew we were on the same page of things. And that's not to say that I think that she and her husband were not on the same page of things, because that's not for me to say. I don't know that situation well enough, but I will say that there's a possibility that they just weren't on the same page because of the way things were being run, that it was really hard for me to want to work there for very long, because I didn't work there very long. I ended up moving anyway. Like, it was kind of like a serendipitous, like, I don't want to work here and I'm getting an opportunity to move away anyway. So whatever happened was happening. I'm just glad I got out when I did, because either way, shenanigans or not, I kind of feel like there was a possibility that I would have got swept under the rug of whatever situation they did have going on, whatever that is. Um, Being that as it may, um, whatever shenanigans there were, I don't think it was necessarily illegal shenanigans, but I definitely feel like there were shenanigans nonetheless. And I'll leave it at that. Let me see about this ad break. I think I'll just keep it going, and anybody who is still seeing the stream because of whatever reason will still see the stream. I am gonna order a little bit more of everything. I think I'll just spend that 80 off, and then what the fuck? Get on there. Get over there. Bread, oil. We'll get an extra oil, I think, because we ran out pretty fast last time. And then we're good. We'll leave it at 200. And the thing is, I don't really need to buy extra right now because we have extra. We have plenty, but it's always good to kind of have, like, a little bit more. And my budget was 80, and I was able to kind of maintain that extra 200 sitting there. We're only level 3, which is nice, because that means that once we hit level 10, we'll have even more stuff stocked up, because once our cashier is here, we'll get that going. Alright, I definitely want to clean this up a bit. See, it was good that I got more pasta. Damn, I want pasta now. Very good. Is the pricing good? Do we got the pricing down? No, I didn't want to click that. Pricing is at... Yeah, it's still good. I think that's all we need to fix with those 2 items. And we're running back. It is a little bit frustrating to have to run back and forth, because I'm usually, when I'm playing this and I'm running back and forth, I'm like listening to a podcast or listening to Gordon Ramsay yell at people, because I like to watch old reruns of Kitchen Nightmares, because just there's something so beautiful about Gordon Ramsay and the way he yells at people. The way he speaks to people is so thrilling and exciting. I'm the podcast. Yes, I am. God, what do I talk about? No pressure. No pressure. I'm thinking about this place that we go to for pasta. The only place I like eating pasta at. And I've been having cravings for the gnocchi there because I love gnocchi, but the way they do gnocchi is just, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. I want to go back. Luna, if you're listening, you know what place I'm talking about, right? Oh, wait, she has meetings today. She might not be able to hear me. We're going to send love to Luna and prayers that she hears my psychic, my telepathic, let's go back to this restaurant that I really like. Not now. It doesn't have to be anytime soon. Just when we get a chance, because we got some plans in a couple weeks that I'm sure she wants to save money for. Or not a couple weeks. Get Val pasta, yes. Yeah, there's a place that we really like. It's I'm not gonna drop the name of it, but it is a fusion restaurant. And I'm actually kind of super hypercritical about fusion restaurants because sometimes it feels extremely gentrified. But this place is incredible. They do Japanese Italian fusion. So their pasta has like miso in it. It's like miso carbonara. It's so, so good. And they do it in just a way that it gets a little bit of everything. It gets the Japanese vibe. It gets the time. Because sometimes the fusion places are like, it's fusion, it's Asian fusion because we put rice in it. Like that's not how that works. That's not fusion. That's not fusion. I'm so sorry you failed at life. I'm so sorry your parents failed you, but that's not fusion. So it's pretty was that an Agent Smith? Yeah, there are some NPCs in here that look kind of like Agent Smith. And I wish they were the shoplifters when you unlock shoplifters, but they're not. Oh, look, there he is, right there. He does kind of look like him, doesn't he? Scary. That's somebody whose birth chart I should be looking up. I kind of want to see his birth chart. The actor who plays him, not Agent Smith. I don't know Agent Smith's birth chart. I'm not sure Agent Smith actually has a birth chart. Alright, so we're stocking up. We got 3 boxes of flour, 3 boxes of cereal, 1 box of... Okay, we need to stock up. It's fine. Hugo Weaving, thank you. I feel like he's an Aquarius rising, and I mean this with all the love in the world. He just has a very unique look to him. And you find that with Aquarius risings. They have a very, like, they stand out in the best way possible. I kind of want to look it up now, actually. This is what we talk about when we play Supermarket Simulator. We talk about birth charts of celebrities, which I actually don't mind doing because, like, birth charts are super cool. I've been listening to the Good Hang podcast by Amy Poehler. I love Amy Poehler. I loved Parks and Rec so much. It's like one of my comfort shows, which I also need to do a rewatch of at some point. And I looked up her chart. She's an Aquarius rising, and she does have a very unique look to her. She stands out. Nobody looks like her. You know, nobody is her. And I do believe she also has her North Node and her Jupiter in her first house. And that's a very intensive combination to have in your first house, because that essentially means that you activate a lot of, like, blessing energy. Just people looking at you, people meeting you, people getting to know you. Like, you activate a lot of, like community and friendship. And that makes sense why she very easily finds people who she finds community with, at least from what I've noticed. Because her Good Hang podcast, she has a little bit of everybody on there. Like, I'm not saying like she has like a huge range of guest lists because she's still within the first year of having one, but I think that's pretty cool what she's doing. God, we are having a nice little tower of stuff here. Hello, get up there. No one said you could leave your spot. Okay. My favorite thing too is that when you're running back and forth in this game, you still are stuck on 8 a.m. because you haven't officially opened your store yet, so you still have time to put all your stock together to make sure the prices are checked correctly. You're not losing daylight hours, which is really nice. So, we are stocking up. I believe this is our third box of powdered sugar. I believe it's powdered sugar. It looks like it's just regular sugar, actually. But to me, it also looks like powdered sugar. I don't know. I believe it's just regular sugar, though. So we have 3 boxes of sugar. Three boxes of pasta, I want to say. Well, 2 of some and 3 of some. Yeah, I am literally like, let's go. We got to get the pasta. All right. So, store is open. We're stocked up for a good little bit. They want me to get the license now, but I won't have money to, like, actually purchase anything. So, we're going to wait. We're going to wait and see. Store is open. Come on in. I'll be here. We're level 3. We got like 7 more levels to go. Then we can hire somebody. And we'll be able to stock up even more because we'll have someone running the store while we're gone. It'd be nice. It'd be good. So what has everyone been getting up to since yesterday? Especially our messages yesterday. I've been thinking a lot about those messages, what they can mean for the collective, what they can mean for individual people, and I kind of got the feeling that because it was heavy like earth sign and fire sign energy, I kind of got the feeling that there's something to be said about the Saturn and Aries energy. I know I said that yesterday, but I think the emphasis is supposed to be on like making your mark wherever you have Aries in your chart. For me, my Aries house is my second house of the self and of finances, so that's going to be pretty interesting to see how that plays out. I'm super curious. Hello. Here's $8. We do have a VOD uploaded if you'd like to go ahead and check that out on YouTube. It might be a little bit easier than playing with the Twitch VODs if you want. Totally up to you. I find skipping through videos on YouTube is a little bit easier than Twitch VODs because Twitch VODs tend to be a bit like finicky, especially if you're trying to grab clips from it. Alright. Do we need oil? No. We should get a little bit more when we have the... Ooh, we're getting dirty. And not the fun kind. Awesome, let's go. Very good, very good. What's the license we need? Bottled water, cheese, tea, palace milk. But then I'm going to also have to buy a fridge. And fridges are... I forgot how much fridges are. Because the thing about getting your first license in this game is that you aren't just getting the license and the stuff that comes... The license is 200, right? I have 300. Then I need to think about the budget for the actual items. And if I get those items, I might need to get double in items, which is... It's going to work out just fine. But then I have to actually buy a fridge. And the fridge is going to cost us, the smallest fridge we can get that works for everything we need to get it for is going to be about $200. So I'm definitely under budget of a new license. So we're going to just wait. We're going to just hold off for now. That's fine. There's no real pressure to get the license when they ask you to get it. Just a little fun fact. You can play under the first license for a good while. I'm pretty sure you can make it all the way to level 10 before you even get your next license. So that might be the play here. Get the card, thank you. These NPCs look horrified to be shopping and spending money. And honestly, with the way prices are these days, when it comes to groceries, I would also be horrified. Because have you seen them? It's not pretty. Yes, I am here. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. It's kind of getting to this point where I'm like, I want it to be full and not have a box with just one sitting there, so I have to, like, get back on there. I don't want to just have a single bread in a box just waiting for me to stock it, you know what I mean? That's what the crate's good for. This lady's just waiting because I'm like, I have to clean. I'm sorry. It's the Virgo in me. If I don't clean, I'll die. And, oh, you're just waiting on one item and you didn't ring the bell. Thank you. Because, you know, there's always going to be somebody who's like, hello? Hello? Rings the bell incessantly. Over a box of pasta or something. Something that wasn't even going to take, like, any time away from her. It wasn't even perishable, that's what I'm trying to say. Alright. We are $400 in, that's good, and we didn't have to order anything online, we didn't have to take out a loan. The loans are annoying too, because you do eventually have to pay bills. And when you get extra electronics, i.e. a fridge, you also pay the extra bills for that. See, my bills right now are $20 and $20, so like $40 in bills. And then not to mention paying off that loan, it'd be a nightmare. Because you are paying it back with interest. So it's just like, why do that to myself? Why even bother with that? Be good. Damn, that cereal just flew off the shelves. Do you eat cereal? Does anybody still eat cereal besides me? Because I know I eat it occasionally, but it really depends on the cereal. I'm really picky about my cereal. So now we're down to no pasta. Oh my god, we ran out of pasta. Oh my god. We're gonna die. There's no pasta. Captain Crunch berries, yeah. That's actually one of my favorites. I like Captain Crunch with the little, like, bits as well. Not just the berries, but the Oops All berries. That's so good. It's so, so good. I also like honeycombs. And mostly what I used to eat was the multigrain Cheerios. I really liked the French Toast Crunch when it was available. And also like the Honey Bunches of Oats. And I noticed some people are like, those are healthier cereals. They're not really that healthy, but, you know, they're so good. All right. How we doing? How we feeling? We need more pasta, for sure. And I'm going to say our budget is $50, because we don't really need to get a lot of stuff. And then we'll still have that 500 sitting pretty. Right? Right. All right, so let's pay our bills first. And then JK, no more $50 sitting pretty. We'll just get some pasta. I think we'll just need the pasta, because I think we're good on other stuff. Even though we only have like one each. Okay, we'll get 2 of the pasta and 1 each of like the bread and the flour. Easy. Easy stuff. We're level 4, so we're almost there. We're getting there to our cashier that we need to have. And then we will be spending an extra $80 a day to talking about food too much. We'll have that extra $80 just to kind of be spent on the cashier, but that's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. Because what that means is we'll have someone watching the store, not taking time away from us being able to actually do our shopping. And look, we were able to do that and still have 500 left over. I think we could get away with getting one more thing. Because I think there's something else that's like just under $3. Or just under the 386, I mean. Okay. Get in there. That's what she said. Get in there. There we go. No. No. Disgusting. Why would you do this to me? This is where it's like, hey, Val, I didn't know you were Virgo. Really? There were no signs? No signs at all? I implore you to look deeper. Look more carefully. The soda that I brought upstairs is calling to me like the Green Goblin mask. So here's another thing about food and drink and just like things that are healthy, things that are not. So I try to stay away from soda, not because of the carbonation, not because of necessarily the sugar, um, in terms of like how it's sitting inside my body. Because honestly, you only live once. Eat and drink what you want, what your body's not too mad at you for. Get through life being happy. Do what makes you happy, and within reason of what you're capable of consuming, right? Um, like if you have a peanut allergy and you're like, well, Val said I'll just YOLO it and eat a bunch of peanut butter stuff. I didn't say that, okay? But within reason. And one of the things that I like about soda is I do enjoy it, but I do not like the fact that I had unfortunately periodontal disease around May of last year, and luckily I was able to kind of take care of it and nurture that and be done with it. But that's kind of one of the unfortunate things is that they do tell you like you do need to kind of watch drinking soda. I never even drank that much of it to begin with, but you do have to be careful because that can fuck up your gums real bad. So I am treating myself to one now. It is a cherry Coke, not sponsored. Um, it is something that I enjoy having occasionally is a Coke. And they had cherry Coke, and I love cherry flavored things, but not actual cherries. It's a very strange situation that I'm in. But not all cherry flavored things, because sometimes the cherry flavored things are like medicine. And gross. Alright, let's see what one more thing we can get. I think we can get flour, but we have flour, but extra doesn't hurt, right? Let's just grab one then. And then we're exactly 570 cents. $500.70. Very good. Delicious. Okay, let us put that up there and open the store. I think we'll be good for a few days. I don't think we're going to go through it that quickly, but you never know. All right. Let's see how much money we make today. I'm going to guess we'll be hitting at least $600 by the end of this shift. Maybe. The trick is to take really small sips. I just love the sound isn't working for you guys because you're missing out on all of the ambiance. You're really not missing out on much. There's a very loud ding when the sale goes through, and it would be unfortunate to have to subject you guys to that. So it's kind of working out that the sound isn't working. Oh, is it? That's so fascinating. It wasn't working initially, but it works now. That's actually... I mean, to be fair, it might be that the sound was working earlier. It's just that the game tends to be pretty quiet. It tends to be pretty quiet. Like there's really not much because when you stand outside, it's just like the birds, and there's very subtle bird noises. Oh, it is clean. Okay. It's the shadows. So I almost subject you guys a loud ding noise. Too bad. So sad. You actually are being subjected to it. I lied. Alright, we are level 5. And I think we can deal with that. Ew. Yes. A customer's waiting over one little thing of pasta. Oh my god. It's always somebody, right? Alright, we've already hit our $600 mark. That's great. I'm thinking of buying the fridge, but not getting anything for it just yet. But then we'd have to pay the bills that come with it, and we're not getting that extra money for it. So again, I might just go ahead and hold off on that. Perchance. Maybe. I think we're gonna hit 700 even sooner. So my goal is for getting the next license. I think I'll want to be over 1,000 and already have my cashier, because once you have the next license is going to include cheese and like dairy, and I'll have to make 2 separate trips. And the meat and dairy place is closer, but it's a different thing of having to not only go to one location, but have to go to a completely opposite section. And I want to have the cashier there, so it's less running for me. It's less going, oh god, I left my store unattended. Very good, okay. Very, very good. Alright. Yeah, I'm trying to be smart about this, because often what happens when I play this game is I get ahead of myself, and I'm not thinking ahead to potential problems. Ooh, we are losing ground here. Oh, not that one. Oh, not there, not there. Just gonna have to wait a second. You're just gonna have to wait a damn second. Welcome to the supermarket. We're super friendly, except you're gonna have to wait a damn second. Jesus, it's getting dark in here. Here you go. I love when they ring the bell for one item. It's my favorite thing in the world. It's not. That's with sarcasm. I hope you clocked that. Please clock the sarcasm. Awesome. Thank you. I hate having stuff in the crate because sometimes it will just stay there. It will literally just stay there. What are you doing? There's nothing over there. There wasn't ever going to be anything over there. It's not time for that yet. What are you doing? There we go. He looks so confused. It's okay, sir. I am also always confused. We are at $800. Very good, very good, very good. Did I just open a box? I had an open box there. That's funny. Nice. I love when people ring the bell over a $4 item. That's my favorite. Unless it's perishable, why are you rushing me? Why are you rushing anybody? You're not even rushing. Get out of my store. No. It's so quiet in my house right now. What the hell happened? Oh, you know, they might have all gone to lunch. I have a feeling they all went to lunch, even though it's 3 o'clock. That happens. I've had late lunches before. Alright, we're gonna end it there. Not the stream, but the day. We got 126 store points, and we have a balance of $863. The craft done flour has gone up in price. Yeah, but we don't need to adjust it. Cereal, don't need to adjust it. Excuse me. We're good. Good. Good, okay. Not sure why you told me all that, because we were fine. But we are going to move this around so we can think about more product. And once again, I probably don't have to get very much because we already have stuff ready to pack. So, time to book it back to the wholesale market. I like how I just said it was really quiet, and I guess they stopped working for now, and then the noise started again. That's what I get for speaking too soon. They heard you say too. Yeah. That's always what happens. This happens a lot, actually, when I go out places, and, it's like clockwork. Every single time we go anywhere, Luna will look me dead in the eye and goes, wow, it's like really empty in here. We made it like just before someone came in. Like, it's empty. We can just vibe for a little bit. And sure enough, like right after she says it, like 6 people come in, and it's like a whole group of 6, and then another group of 6, and then like a bunch of other people. It's usually when we're going out to eat or something like that, but like it always happens. Like, it'll be super empty wherever we're at, and it just gets flooded all of a sudden. And I always make the joke, it's because I'm here. It's because I'm here. They showed up because they knew I was coming. My stomach agrees with me. My stomach that's very upset with me because I had waffles and a salad at lunchtime. Waffles and a salad at lunchtime. And it's like, what? And it wasn't just any type of salad. The salad was like normal ingredients of a salad, like tomato and like lettuce. And then it had, so I don't know if anyone's going to know what this is going to taste like. But if you've ever had something called banh mi, which is like a Vietnamese, like like deli sandwich, it comes in different varieties, but usually what's on it is a type of like pickle, which I love. I love pickles. It's daikon, shredded white daikon, which is a white radish. Yeah. Um, a shredded, yes, shredded white radish with carrot, and it's pickled. And that was mixed into the salad, and it was delicious. It had like red onions and stuff. I ate that shit so fast. But also, pickles and onions makes my stomach upset because I have a pretty acidic stomach as it is, because I've eaten whatever the fuck I want and my stomach hates it. I have a very sensitive stomach. And I just say you're gonna have to just cope with it. Banh mi is very good. I think my favorite is the special, which is a variety of pork and like I think pate is on it. It's so so good. I keep talking about and thinking about food, man. Just because I'm very food motivated. If you need me to do or go anywhere, like anytime you're like, hey, so we're having a party and we'd love for you to show up, we'd love for you to be there. I don't like parties that much unless I really do know everybody there and I'm actually comfortable with everybody there. But most of the time, I'm invited to parties where I do not know anybody or I'm not comfortable with the people there. Because most of the people that I'm comfortable with don't like big groups anyway. But if you invite me anywhere to go with you, and I'm being kind of like, I'm only going because you're telling me to go with you, just say there's food there, Val. There's food that you'll like. There's cookies, there's brownies, there's whatever the fuck you know I like. If it's there, just tell me. I'll be like, I'll be more excited to go because I'm extremely food motivated. That's what gets me to do anything. My stomach's agreeing with me because it's upset. Thank you for the hydrate reminder, Elsie. I hope you're also hydrating. I actually need to hydrate with something regular water because I've been drinking a lot of liquid IV but not regular water. And that is not good for you. Or anyone for that matter. It can dry out your gums and that can lead to more periodontal disease. Fun fact! Energy drinks, yes. I'm still kind of working on my Alani right now, actually. I opened a Coke knowing I had an Alani sitting here. It's one of those things where I need to have like multiple drinks for the flavor, or I die a little bit. There are more waffles downstairs. I might go eat those on my next break. Just because sometimes I eat when I'm not even hungry. It's a whole problem. Food is it's definitely because I have a Cancer moon. I'm obsessed with food. Cancer rules over the stomach and the breasts. Fun fact. So I don't know what else to say to that, but yeah. We don't really need to stock up right now. We don't need to stock the shelves, but we do need to stock up. I kind of want to calculate. Yeah, of course. I kind of want to calculate, excuse me. I kind of want to calculate how much of this stream was actually spent running back and forth versus actually running the store. I love Raven from Teen Titans, voiced by Tara Strong. I usually like characters voiced by Tara Strong because I like Tara Strong. She seems cool. Alright, that is, I believe, the last item that we needed to put in our store. All 6 items are here. Just to double check, I'm going to run back and take a quick look. It looks like all the boxes are missing, or there's no boxes to be missing, but there's no boxes. So we're going to go ahead and open our store. Thank you for bearing with me. This was more convenient and less financially consuming. I think it would have costed me an arm and a leg to do it the other way. So as inconvenient as it is to run back and forth, it is more convenient because we get to save a little bit extra money. We get to level up faster in that way. but we also level up slower because I think you get more experience points ordering online, but you also spend much more money. So it is, as they say, a caveat. It's a on the one hand situation. Like on the one hand, yes, it is more cost effective to do it this way, but you're also missing out on experience points. But it's okay because we had to slowly kind of make money, slowly understand the game a little bit better, and also it's a great workout running back and forward, forward and backward and forward and backward. We don't need any shelves right now because we have two. Thankfully, they give us two. Thankfully, they give us two. Could you imagine having to not only buy a fridge, but buy another shelf? I would hate that. Why are you wearing sunglasses indoors, my guy? Are you just too cool for me? You just too cool for school? BTS? No. I swear it can count. Hello, sir. Hello, my guy. Alright, we're at 861.72. Very good, very good. I don't like it when your bra strap just twists. It fucking pisses me off. It's like, why are you doing that to me? Uh-oh. You lose points when people leave your store because they realize that they can't find the thing they're looking for. And obviously they're not going to find the thing they're looking for because the shelves are completely empty. And I have to restock every 5 minutes. It'd be helpful if I actually grab the box. Yeah, it is absolutely the worst because it's bad enough to have the wait, but also, like, painful. Hey, how's it going? See, I knew I needed extra flour. Sometimes you just gotta plan ahead. Wow, you really were shopping today, sir. Thank you. Exact change? I love you. I love when people are like, here's exact change. Because that means they were thinking of me. And I love it when people think of me. Ooh, a wholesale offer. Hell yeah, you can. Yeah, I will spend $57 on several packs of bread for no reason. Oh, they were buying it from me. Oh, I know how to read. That just means I don't have an extra box of bread, but they bought it from me for 57 frickin' dollars. Actually, how much is it to get? That's not even how much it costs. What the fuck? You know what? I'm not complaining. I am not complaining. Because they were buying it wholesale, which means they were buying it at the cost of... Let's see. So it's $5 for the entire loaf, and the box is $12. So yeah, it makes sense that they bought it for that extra, because it's like a little bit of an extra cost. Hell yeah. And I'm over $1,000 now. Man. I love that. I love that. I love when money just comes to me effortlessly, because it does sometimes. But getting excited about it's another thing. We are at almost $1,100. I love that for me. Alright, so I'm going to stuff this in here, and then I'm going to put up another box of pasta. I'm thinking that we will be able to get 3 of everything next time, but I'm not 100% sure. Let me go ahead and pay those bills, because I know they are stacking up. Oh no, they're fine. Hello. That's a lot of oil, ma'am. You getting oiled up? Sorry. I'm not really sorry. Yes, sir. $1,125.52. We'd love to see it. We absolutely love to see it. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful, I could cry. I'm not gonna, but I could. Get in there. Alright, so windows are getting dirty. It's okay, we can clean them. Ew. Well, yes, ma'am. Excuse you. Get in there. Wow, a whole box of cereal. Thank you. I'm so glad you were rushing me. I'm so glad, because, God, if only... It would have really sucked for you to miss out on that sale of that one box of cereal, bro. Would have hated that for you. Damn, lady, what you got going on? Ooh. We're gonna have to do a pretty big order of restock tomorrow, that's for sure. That's fine, though. I'm totally fine with that. I think I'll budget like 200 for that. Maybe. Let's go ahead and put this up. I'm sure it'll cost less than that, though. Maybe I can budget extra. Like, maybe I can do, like, $300 an item, so I'll be real stocked up. Does she have a tramp stamp? Good for her. No judgment. Good for her. Yeah, she has a tramp stamp. That's nice. I don't know what we're actually calling those anymore. I don't know if it is ethical to call them tramp stamps. I don't know if it's okay to call them tramp stamps, but good for her. Nonetheless, good for her. She knows what she's about, and she goes after it. Alright, we are doing good. I think we're doing great. I love that we're at almost $1,300 in items. Or sales, I mean. I think we can go ahead and to finish the day. We have enough sugar and cereal and flour for the next day, but we need to get a little bit of everything else. So let's go ahead and end the day and go do some shopping. Ooh, pasta and oil are going up in price. How much, though? Not that much. What the hell? I can charge $5 for the oil now. Hey. That means we're going to have to buy extra, though. There's going to be somebody out there who's like, oh, it went up in price. I'm going to have to buy more now. So our budget is going to be... Let's just make it 200. I don't think we'll need to get more than that. I honestly don't, but we could. I actually don't even think we need to get $200. I think we could just work with 100, but let's see how much 3 of everything is actually instead. Because I think that'll be smarter to just get 3 of everything. And if you're wondering, yes, I can only carry 1 box at a time. I think realistically, though, if you have several boxes of bread, like, who's going to care if you kind of drop one? Come on, it's just bread. And if you drop a box of pasta, you just get more pasta that way. So there's 3 of those. You do get experience still from buying it this way, but it's really not a lot at a time. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, 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 okay. I just don't want to go under 1100. That's my thing right now. I think it's good to have like a budget in mind. We were at 1274, right? Yeah. Perfect. Okay. That's it. That's a lot of shit I'm gonna have to carry back, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll do fine. I could have had it delivered. I really could have, but it's okay cuz this just means that I am saving money, and everybody loves a saving money situation. Every single person. You can't tell me that you don't like to save money when you can. Yes, yes, the method is a little bit inconvenient, but the beauty of it is that we are not inconveniencing ourselves with being broke. I can jump. We can all jump. This is gonna take forever, but it's fine. Forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards. How is it already 3 o'clock? That's crazy. How is it already that time? Alright, so the goal today, I think we're going to be able to make about 1,500 today. I think that's going to be how much we make today. I think. I hope. Perchance. Maybe. I think we'll be able to do that. I think that's a good goal to have, because that means that we'll be able to make that much, but I think we'll actually hit like level 7 by the end of the day. And maybe by the time we're at level 10, we'll have like 3K. I think that'll be a good amount to have. And we'll still only have just the one license. Oh lord, can you imagine? Just the one license, it's fine. It'll be fine. We'll get through it. This is one of those games that you definitely need to have some sort of background noise if you're playing it by yourself. Like I said, I usually have like a podcast on, but now my podcast is you guys and me sharing my thoughts with you. And one of the thoughts that I want to share is that I kind of want to do sort of instead of it being like try a game I almost said Thursday again. Elsie, you got in my head. It's definitely Thursday. Um, no problem with that. I'm just like, I just keep accidentally saying try a game Thursday. Maybe I should stream on Thursdays. Maybe that's what this is meaning. But instead of making it like a try a game Tuesdays, we can do like tarot Tuesdays, and we can have more tarot stuff. But I'm honestly like not sure how doing messages all of stream is gonna work. I could do it as like lesson plans. If anyone's interested in that, let me know. Because I would love to do more like, I wouldn't say like just straight up teaching tarot, because I don't ever believe that you can actually teach tarot. I think that tarot is something you're meant to have a private relationship with and have a sort of private understanding of. Not private in that you understand it to yourself, but your specific understanding of tarot is going to be private and personal to you. Personal is probably the word I'm looking for. But you can't be taught tarot so much. It has to kind of be learned and discerned the way that it makes sense to you. The meanings all have the same, like across the board. You have the same meanings for, like, the Seven of Cups is always going to be what the Seven of Cups means. But you have to introduce it to yourself in a way that makes sense to you personally. So the Seven of Cups is going to mean something specific to everybody a little bit differently. But I think, in a very general and vague way, just as an example, it's representing the mixture of emotions that we feel when we're presented with information that we don't quite understand. Is it a choice that we're making? Are we choosing between our feelings? They're feelings. You don't have to choose between them. You have to just acknowledge that the situation being presented in front of you, as mysterious as it is being blocked off from understanding because you're too busy trying to sit through whatever emotions you have about it. And once you recognize that all the emotions that are being presented to you through the Seven of Cups is just allowing you the ability to kind of know that what you're experiencing is you're fully capable of handling it, because you would not be presented all these choices if you weren't capable of kind of weighing your options. My good man, fuck off. Thank you. My favorite thing about getting these like bots that come into my chat is they're like, they got the weirdest usernames. I mean, it's not to judge anybody's username. Like, you have the username you have, but it's like, the hell is a tireless double header? What is that? What does that mean? But yeah, as I was saying with the Seven of Cups, it's like the Seven of Cups is interesting because it has like that presentation of like an overwhelm of like different choices and different options available to you. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the Seven of Cups is a representation of things that you need to choose between. It's not saying that you're being given options as if you have to make a decision. It can, but I feel like sometimes there is this sort of like, oh, many choices, many options, but none of them have to mean anything to you. You can choose to go into a store and you can choose to buy something there, or you could say, you know what, I'm not really hungry. I'm not really interested in buying from this store. You don't have to be overwhelmed with your choices. You don't have to acknowledge them at all. The Seven of Cups is just asking you to acknowledge what your options are, how you feel about them, the feelings that get brought up, the overwhelm that kind of comes with mixed signals of what you're dealing with. You could be dealing with a variety of things that bring about a variety of emotions and feel very overwhelmed with the potential that comes from it. But it's not asking you to choose any one emotion. It's really just asking you to choose to see it for all of what it is, not one or the other. Because life is a mixed bag. Life is often, I think, you can use there's some celebrities who will kind of say like, when I reached fame and stardom, it's not about the fame and stardom that they're really talking about. They're talking about what that transition was like for them, of, what they were going through. Not even that stardom is necessarily something that we covet, something that we desire. But if there is something that you desire in your life that you just suddenly receive, there is an overwhelm of sort of like, do I deserve this? Of course I do. But there's going to be layers of emotions that come with it, because you're going to either be dealing with a selection of either, it's not even deserving, it's maybe you're going to come into some money one day and you're going to realize that the people around you have something to say about it that's neither good nor bad. It's just, it's giving you the opportunity to recognize that a situation can be any kind of thing. You can have a really good situation and then also be met with mixed signals of other things, people who just don't have it in them to be happy for you. Uh, Not because they're unhappy for you, because people in your life necessarily don't have the capacity to be happy for you, but just generally that that's not something that they want, so they can't resonate with feeling happy for you. And so you have to sit with the variety of emotions you might feel about that. The variety of emotions that you might feel with that Seven of Cups energy is this person a snake? Is this person good for me? Is this person judging me? Is this person going to ask for that money? It's just the combination of feelings that you have with a given situation that's bringing you overwhelmed, because you as a human being ideally want a situation to be happy and just be happy. but it almost never works out that way. You almost never have a situation that is just one thing. Most people will tell you when they came into some sort of fortune, some sort of joy, they were also met with a lot of unfortunate things. They were met with things that made them doubt what they deserved and doubt what they had going on. But you are being offered a seat at the table because you deserve it. And so the other things that come with it, sometimes you open that door and a lot of good things come out of it, but also a lot of not so good things come with it as well. There are people who, they apply for a job that's in their field. They're like, I really, really have wanted this for a long time. I'm happy to have it. And then they meet coworkers that make them doubt, do I need to be here? Is this for me? So that's kind of how I like to represent the Seven of Cups. It's really not that I needed to talk about the Seven of Cups specifically or that it resonates with any one person, but it is a kind of a representation of meaning different things. And people can use keywords and say, hey, this particular card is about choices. It is, and it isn't at the same time. You kind of have to do a deep dive of what the Seven of Cups is saying to you, other than it just being about choices, because sometimes a person will hear about choices. It's not about any one choice. It's not saying I choose between this or that. It's the choices we make because of the emotions we're feeling, because of the array of emotions that we're feeling due to the situation that's presented in front of us. Sometimes you're presented a ton of choices, but they don't actually need to be chosen. They're just there to remind you that you have them and that you will always have them until you feel ready to make the choice that's right for you. And sometimes you're never ready. Sometimes you have to choose anyway, and sometimes you have to lead a life that you're not 100% certain of. But you get the opportunity through the Seven of Cups to see how you feel about it in all the ways that you feel about it. Weighing your choices through how you feel about them rather than weighing your choices in a way of forcing you to make one is how I like to see that Seven of Cups energy. I like the Seven of Cups a lot because I've been faced with that kind of energy a lot. You're being presented a lot of feelings all of a sudden, and suddenly you're met with, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel all these ways? You're overwhelmed. You're taken aback by it. But really that's because that's how life presents beautiful things to you. Sometimes you're presented with way too much. So we stocked the hell out of this fucking store. We got 4 cereal box stocked up. We got sugar at 4, 3 boxes of bread, 4 boxes of flour, I think it is, 3 boxes of pasta, 3 boxes of oil. We can open the store finally, I think. We also have an ad break coming in like 40 seconds. I'm going to go grab a quick snack. Please feel free to hydrate and take care of yourselves. We will continue our supermarket when we get back. Now what the hell happened here? That was weird. I guess when you pause the game, it goes black screen of death, and I didn't know that. So it wasn't showing up on my sources, and I was like, hello? But we are back. We're going to continue Supermarket Simulator. I had a quick snack, so I feel like a little less hungry. Because I am a little bit hungry. I'll eat after stream, I promise. I'm just waiting for construction to be done, and that means eating at different times than what I'm used to, which sucks, but sometimes life throws things at you, and you can feel any type of way about it. And I guess that's why I was talking so much about the Seven of Cups when I was walking back and forth from my store to the store. But we are stocked up. We are good. We are stocked up on lots of stuff. I think the absolute beauty of the Seven of Cups is that, like, no matter what life throws at you and no matter what you feel about it, you're a human being. So of course you're going to feel all types of ways about whatever situation that you're in. However you feel about it is valid, but the choices that you make based on those feelings might not be. And I think that's kind of what the Seven of Cups is saying. Like, there's a cup that has a snake coming out of it, and it's saying, like, sometimes your feelings are going to attract or kind of be distracted because of people in your life who are not healthy for you, or maybe they are. It really is dependent on your feelings about the situation, what you're allowing to kind of cloud your judgment, so to speak. Your emotions can absolutely cloud your emotions, so your emotions can cloud your emotions can cloud your judgment. So it's really important that you're aware of them and how they're clouding your judgment. Okay, so we're open for business. Come into my store. We need to make money. I'm hoping for like 1,500 by the end of stream. Maybe 2,000. Maybe 3,000. We'll see. All right. 21. Thank you. God, I kind of really want to rewatch New Girl. Keep thinking about it. Thank you, thank you. Come again. Nothing at Crate Good. $50 and you wanted an $8 item. That is crazy. Thank you. Thank you. It's okay, she wants pasta. I've noticed that the cereal goes off the shelves the fastest, which is fine by me. I bought so much of it for that reason, because I knew. Excuse me. Very good, very good. I like her haircut. I miss having short hair, but I also don't miss the awkward phase where it looks like I have hairplane, hairplane, if you will. I was gonna say airplane hair, but then hairplane came out, so you know what? It's hairplane now. It was a hairplane. You already paid the bills? Yes, we did. We're level 6. Getting to level 7 very soon, very shortly. Very good. Put some oil up. Very good. The awkward grow out phases are the absolute fucking worst. Because you can't... It's hard to look sexy when your hair is doing this, you know? It's hard to feel sexy when you look like that. I mean, you can still feel sexy, just don't look in a mirror. At least for me. Because I look back on my old TikToks when I was doing the free messages on there, and OMG, my hair was just... it was not cute. Maybe to someone it was, but not to me. And my opinion about my own hair is going to matter more than anybody else's. Let's go. Ah, son of a bitch. Don't ring that bell at me. You only got one bottle of oil, and I hate you. JK, you have more than that? Sorry. I'm not sorry. Not even a little bit. Get out of here. There's always one person who is excessively impatient about what's going on, and that's the kind of person I do not want in my store, because how fucking dare you? I'm a one-woman show. This is all me, all the time. Bread. You're gonna have to wait, my guy. You're gonna have to wait. Very good. And look, he's waiting. He's not multiple rings of the bell. He's just accepting his fate that he will be here an extra 30 minutes. Thank you for waiting and paying $100 on a $24 total. You, sir, are my least favorite kind of person. Get the fuck out. Thank you. I had somebody on my YouTube comments who was like, sometimes the bank is closed, which is completely honestly true, and I have no shade towards that person. But that same video had a comment that said to punish them next time. And you know what? There's always two types of comments on YouTube and anywhere else on social media. There's always more than one person who's gonna be like, punish them, make them suffer, make them pay. Oh yeah. Very good. We're almost at, we're $14.99.78. That's, well, we're gonna go over that now, but that was really funny actually. 48. We made it past $1,500, and not a single license was purchased so far. I knew he was gonna take the last cereal box too. I fucking knew it. Y'all remember Boomlands? He fucking knew. That's my favorite time of TikTok. Is just that insanity. We're at 1,600, guys. Let's keep it going. Yeah. We gotta wipe down the window. The Virgo in me is showing. For shame. Okay, so tomorrow, and I'm talking in-game tomorrow, not real life tomorrow, we are not going to likely do any shopping, because I think we're okay. But I might go and get more more pasta. Actually, I could probably just go do that right now. So, ain't nobody coming in here after 9 o'clock. Ain't nobody coming in here after 9 o'clock. There's no way that someone will come into the store after 9 p.m. and start ringing my bell and saying, I need to buy this one bottle of oil. There's just no way. I mean, I'm sure someone will do it. There's always that one crazy person who's like, it's 9 p.m. and I know your store's supposed to close in like 5 minutes, or has already supposed to been closed, but I need this bottle of oil. Like, my life depends on it. Nope, nobody. Never mind. I lied to you. Alright, I think we're good. I think we can finish the day. 24 people. Total customer. Not a single person was not satisfied. The cereal went down. Oh no. Ugh. Damn. Okay. What else did it say? I don't remember. We'll just check all the prices just in case. Damn. Everything went down. Damn. Okay. It's fine. It's okay. This just means I am actually going to have to maybe do extra shopping by the end of the day. Damn. Okay. Well, let's pay our bills first, because that's important. We're almost level 7. Hey. And we're running, and we're running, and we're running. We'll do a budget of 100 this time. I think we'll be okay, because when the market prices go down, the boxes become a little bit cheaper as well. Except for the pasta. The pasta went up. God damn it. That's fine. So I want to do $100 of budget, which I think is going to be okay. I like how I said I wasn't going to buy anything and that I was going to just continue on the next day, but the panic part of me was like, you are going to run out of shit. Have emergency backup stuff. And I said, you know what, you're probably right. Interval, because Interval is almost never wrong. And we went completely under our budget. We only spent about $40, so easy peasy lemon squeezy. $50 actually. It was just under 50 for all that. Which I think is a great budget. I think being able to buy one of everything for just under 50 is great, because it's going to it's gonna come back to you anyway. Everything in my crate? No. Run, lady. I do appreciate that this game you don't actually get to see what your person looks like. You just exist. You're just a pair of hands. And not even that. I don't actually get to see my hands. Like, you could be any gender, anything. You could be an alien for all you know. And I love that about this game. Get up there. Thank you. Get up there. Alright, so has it already been 2 hours of stream? That's kind of crazy to me. It's especially insane to me because it doesn't feel like it's been 2 hours. And I could probably keep going for another 2 hours. But then Luna will be home. And I don't want to do that to her. I'm looking forward to us getting a vehicle, because then I can make shorter trips. but then, gas prices. And I'm sure gas prices are much more, well, much less painful in this game than they are in real life, but who knows, actually, for sure. Just jump all over my box. It's probably fine. Why does my box of cereal have a dent in it? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You just gotta gaslight your customers a little bit sometimes, you know? Just a little bit. Alright. I think we're ready to open the store again. I think so. You know, we probably could have got through more levels if I had been ordering stuff online, but then it would have cost way more, and I'm gonna say that till I'm blue in the face. It just isn't worth it to me. Delicious. Always drink your liquid IV right after you had your Alani. Yeah. Did I open the store? Yes, I did. Where the hell are my customers? Where the yuck are y'all? Are you a customer? Yes, you are. Just awkwardly stare at people until they come into your store. It'll work. We have like this H Mart near us that has this huge food court, and we went in there one time just because we were hungry, and we were like, I want to get boba because there's a boba place right next to it, but we also wanted to eat something, and we were walking around the food court multiple times and we could not figure out what to eat, but we kept getting drawn back to this one particular place that had fried chicken because, for one, I love fried chicken, but also, and I can't express this enough, the girl was waving at us every time we walked by, and if that was a tactic to get us to come to her booth, it was working, because we were like, I think I want fried chicken. Alright, time to start stocking again, because, oh my god. You don't worry, lady. Oh, I picked up the wrong thing. No! It's fine. I'll clean that up later. I always say that, and then I don't. It's gonna be a fucking mess in here, bro. Y'all like your sugar, don't you? Get in there. You gotta yell at stuff sometimes to make it work for you. We're at $1,700. I gotta say that like a game show host. $1,700. Ah yes, 2 things. Thank you for ringing the bell over 2 things. I am busy. But sure, let me drop everything I'm doing to cater to you. Sure. Good, good, good. Okay. We're good, we're good, we're good. We're good, we're good. We're fine. It's cool. No need to panic. It's fine. A posture check. Like I'm slouching. I am. Slouches. Is anyone gonna notice? Thank you for the posture check. Please also stretch and check your own posture. I'm gonna make this guy wait. Mm. One whole dollar. Here you go. My neck fucking hurts though. Alright, time to stock up on the cereal. Because you know there's somebody eating way too much cereal. It's me. Probably. I don't know. Who's making these disgusting spills, bro? Thank you. Thank you. 1,865 dollarinos. We're doing awesome. We're probably gonna hit 2K very soon. Oil. We need to do that. There we go. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. Oh boy. Don't panic! But I think we're losing items. It's because everything went down in price. That's what's really getting me, is that everything went down in price. So things are flying off the shelves a little bit faster. Which means I'm not making as much money. And this is capitalism. We have to make money, you know? Gimme. Jesus. I like how I just threw it over when I could have just put it gently down. But unfortunately, nothing is gentle in this world. We all must suffer a great and painful fate. Have a nice day. Customer service jobs be like that, you know? Stop looking for the cereal. It's over here. Goodness. Girl, don't even. I know you're only getting... Oh, okay, she's getting more than one thing. I really, really was hoping she wasn't rushing me over one frickin' thing. Okay, so... Ooh, person. That'll be our last customer before we change shifts. Okay, let's go. You guys remember that Vine, I think it was? Okay, let's go. Anyways. So pasta went back up in price. It is now back to $3. Thank you so much. And the oil is now $6. Let's double check everything else. $5. $3. $4. Okay. Good, good, good. Alright. Alright. I think what we'll do is we'll pay our bills first. And I think I'll give myself a budget of... Ooh. I actually don't know. So let's say by the end of the day, we use 2 boxes of everything, right? With a completely full shelf. 2 boxes of everything goes. So that's like $100. So let's go ahead and go spend that. Because we're just gonna have to, because it's about as much as we lose per day. We might actually have to do more, just so we don't have to, like, suffer through having to do this every single day. Because the ideal situation is that we don't have to, like, every single shift be making 2 trips. But then we don't have a truck yet, so it's fine. We actually almost have enough to buy, like, a truck or something, I think. I think we can get a scooter at 1,000. I think. Potentially. I think. I'll have to double check on that. I'm not even checking what my actual, like if I'm making the budget. I'm just gonna buy 2 of everything and see how we do with that and then make adjustments accordingly. 2 breads, 2 balls. Okay, we need flour and we need cereal. Oh, the flour is at exactly $3. That's cool. I love an even number. Very good, very good, very good. I think I need, do I need flour too? Nope, that's everything. Okay. Time to make the long trip home. I say that, but it's not really a long trip. That awning getcha. Okay. We're also going to close up any boxes that are open because, unfortunately, they don't tell you what's left in them. This isn't like, what's that game? TCG Market. So TCG Card Shop Simulator. I think that's what it's called. TCG Shop Simulator, something like that. It's the one with the card games and the stinky people. You've probably seen me play it this on this stream before, but the thing about that specific game is that when you, like, let's say I need to stock up everything. So I open a box of card packs and I open up and I basically just take out whatever I need for that specific shelf and I still have some left and I want to keep that not for myself but just to like restock when I need to. I close the box, it'll tell me the exact number of packs left in it. So if there's 32 for a regular box and 64 for a large box, it'll tell me there's 31, there's 26, whatever the amount. Even in the large box, I know 64 comes in it, but it'll tell me that there's a certain amount left. And I think that's really, really cool. I'm dropping frames, bitch. That's okay. That's fine. We can drop frames all we want. Alright. Move this here. Okay, this is still got some product in it. Maybe I just put the ones that still have like leftovers in a corner and then we'll be good. Look at me trying to be organized. That's crazy. Who am I? Do you think we'll be able to hit 3K today? Because I think we will. It's very likely. It's very, very likely. Alright, where are we at? So I think while I'm doing this like constant walk back and forth, we're gonna talk a little bit about other tarot cards that I think that people kind of miss the point on. The first one that kind of comes to mind is the Devil card. So I'll just say this as kind of a precursor to what I want to say. Every card in tarot has some reflection back to kind of like Christianity and like the Christian influence on spirituality and in general. And I kind of feel like the Devil card, just like any other card in the tarot, is going to be subject to that type of criticism. When you see this card, you're immediately going to kind of react to it because it is the Devil card. We get that like fear-mongering sort of, my back's itchy, but this sort of fear-mongering sort of perspective on the Devil card because of its impression on society, what it means to have the devil in your sights, or at least understanding the aspects of um, the devil card to mean something grim and controlling and dark. But aside from it having those kind of like surface level meanings, I kind of feel like any other tarot card, people look at it way too much at face value as to where the devil card is a lot of like shadow aspects, ways that we kind of control ourselves or try to control ourselves, things that we perceive as sin, things that we perceive as, being outside of the light, outside of the things that we find comfortable. It's an uncomfortable card for that reason. It's supposed to kind of trigger a sense of discomfort. And so you're not really getting the vibe that this card is actually saying that the devil is watching you or that the devil is looking your way. But I think that people who enter doing divination and seeing spirituality from that perspective often kind of, I wouldn't say all of us, but I think a lot of us have a lot of religious trauma. And even if you don't have specific religious trauma with Christianity, you might have religious trauma somewhere else. There is a devil across all religions, all spiritual. There is some aspect of what the devil means across the board in those belief systems. Now, I'm not going to get into who's the devil, what is the devil, etc., because again, it is, I think it's like cautionary tale sort of thing when it comes to tarot, where you're inviting the conversation of, what are you most afraid of? What are you most afraid of, and how is it interfering in the conversation that you're trying to have with yourself? And that's what I think the devil card really represents when you're seeing it in tarot. You're seeing a sort of like conversation of how are my fears interfering with the conversation I want to have with myself. Thank you so much for the hydrate reminder, Elsie. Please also hydrate. And anyone else who's listening, please also hydrate. So yeah, it's really important that you kind of look at the devil card not as the literal devil or how you interpret the devil, but what the devil kind of represents overall across a lot of belief systems has a lot to do with a lot of fear mongering and how fear and what we're afraid our punishment might be for what we tend to do or what we might do in this lifetime. Because I think that's kind of the grasp of how we find the devil in tarot readings is usually to do with what am I afraid of is going to happen, and how is that interfering, how is that conversation being affected by I might have to actually make a tarot specific day where we do mock readings where we pull cards and we just kind of discuss what we think is happening in the energy, not necessarily to resonate with the message, but just kind of like discuss what the message might be saying. I think that would be a good idea. I think that would be really cool. But I probably won't do them too often because I don't think that's something that, maybe it is. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe there's going to be people out there who are like, what? You want to do specific tarot days weekly? Sign me up. But, I'm sure there's a couple people, but I'm saying like I'm not sure how big the numbers are going to be, but that's not really the point of it, is it? It's just to kind of like share in the conversation of what it means to read tarot. And I don't want to necessarily teach tarot. I want to teach discernment and understanding that your interpretation of a card isn't just about what the card means, but how you're maybe taking the meaning out of context of what it actually is saying. So like for example, when I am aware of the devil in my life, the devil card in my life, let's say that there's something that I am trying to have a conversation with myself about through the tarot, and I keep pulling the devil card, but I'm aware of myself, so I'm gonna know right away that there is a conversation that I want to have with myself, but maybe it's a conversation that fear is getting in the way, but I'm aware that the fear is getting in the way. So if I'm pulling the devil card repeatedly, if I'm pulling the devil card repeatedly, and I know there's a conversation of how fear is interfering or how I'm trying to control a situation so that I'm not afraid of it, Okay, and I know that about myself, but I'm still pulling the devil card. What is that really saying? Is that really inviting a conversation of um, reminding me that I'm afraid? You know, because that's the thing. It's going to remind you that you're afraid. It's going to show you, like, hey, fear is affecting this conversation. But if I know it, why am I getting the card for it? And I think that sometimes, like, when the cards kind of tell you how you're already feeling, like, I know I'm feeling this way. Why are you telling me I'm feeling this way? It's it's kind of to just like, let's say your future self showed up one day and said, "Hey, let's say you have a job that you applied to and you're afraid of the callback." Your future self, who you do or don't know if you got the job, comes to you and won't affirm to you that you do or do not get the job and just says, "Hey, you're anxious right now, aren't you?" "Yeah, I'm aware. Thank you." Let's talk about that. Let's unpack that. Let's unpack your anxiety. And it's not because you don't deserve an answer or that you are being forced to do shadow work, because being aware of your own anxiety or fears in a situation is the most important part. But I think a lot of times people do what's called spiritual bypassing, where they think being aware of themselves is enough. Being aware that you're afraid, being aware that you're anxious is enough. But sometimes it's not just that. It's, am I so anxious and afraid and aware of my anxiety and my fear that I'm only aware of it and not able to do anything about it? That I'm seeking an answer or seeking a solution because I think it's going to absolve me of my fear and anxiety? You don't need to have your fear and anxiety absolved through tarot. You don't need an answer to absolve yourself of some sort of, oh, I forgot to open. You don't need tarot to absolve you or give you a solution to something in order for that anxiety and stress to go away, because the thing is, your anxiety and stress is actually going to build whether you have an answer or not, because you are a person. You're a human being with feelings. And that's kind of what spiritual bypassing is. It's constantly seeking divination as a tool to engage in answers that help you get answers, that help you get further without really understanding what that means for you in the present moment. You're going to keep looking at your future or looking at your past or trying to do shadow work when actually that's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to help you feel any better than if you just sat down and let yourself be anxious, let yourself be afraid. Having an answer is not going to stop the fear. You're a human being, being afraid, being stressed, being worried, that is a part of being human. So when you pull the devil card in a reading, you're not being told that you're controlling necessarily all the time. Sometimes you're just getting the answer that, hey, you're really anxious about something. Yeah, I know. Hey, you're really afraid about something. Yeah, I know. Why are you telling me this? Because you need to sit with it and you need to acknowledge it, even if it doesn't have an answer for you. Whether or not there is shadow work that needs to be done, whether or not there is some answer to your problem through understanding an answer for it. Even if you had all the answers, that doesn't mean you're going to feel any differently with whatever your circumstances are. You have to feel your feelings. That's what they're there for. The sooner you feel your feelings and acknowledge what those feelings are, you get a sense of who you really are underneath that. And yeah, it's the devil card isn't really saying that you are kind of, like, it can sometimes mean that you're trying to control an outcome, you're trying to control a situation. It's more of the time because you're afraid of what it means if you don't try to control it at all. And I'm going to let you in a little secret. We don't have as much control as we think we do. And that's really where we really fuck ourselves up, because we try really, really, really hard to have control over circumstances that we just don't. We just don't. All right, let's keep stalking, because I know there's somebody waiting, but I don't want to be out of stuff. You know how hard it is to run a business these days. Disgusting. But yeah, that's kind of what spiritual bypassing is. It's people who just really, really want to have answers. People who really, really want to have solutions, or to get over their own feelings by journaling, by doing shadow work. And the thing is, like, you don't have to do shadow work that often. You don't have to perfect yourself. You can't not have feelings. You can be uncomfortable and just have to live with that discomfort. And the thing about spirituality is it can help you find comfort through tough times, but it doesn't stop tough times from happening. You can't use your divination practice, your spiritual stuff, to kind of get away from that. So it's kind of why I say, like, you can teach tarot, but you can't teach people that discernment, because people will be like, oh, this card represents fear and controlling and all that, so I'll know when I'm being controlling and I'll be able to stop it. Not really. The tarot will sometimes just read back to you who the fuck you are, and also who you're afraid of being through that energy. But it's not going to tell you much else but that. It's just going to reflect back who you actually are. We are at $2,200. I love that. I love that because I'm stocked up. I don't need to worry about much. I do need to refill the oil, though. Yikes. Alright, so let's go do that real quick. Because I have a feeling that somebody's going to take the last two. And there she goes. There she blows. Anyways. Store is poppin'. I love it. The thing I like about the Devil, too, is it's one of those cards that people see it and they immediately are like, ooh, something bad is happening. Because there's such a negative association with that card. Thank you for being here, Pisces. Good luck with the rest of your day. I will talk to you later. Ooh, I'm running out of shit again. Fuck. I know you're waiting for me, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, sweetheart, because I'm busy. But yeah, like, the Devil card is very, like, people kind of look at it as, like, a really negative card because there's a lot of, like, unhealed religious trauma in our collective, and people don't really know how to just read a card without attaching excess unnecessary bullshit to it. The thing about tarot, they're just cards with pictures. They don't hold that much power. The only power that tarot cards hold is within the hands of those who are using it. You are the power. So you have to give the cards the power that you want them to have. The Devil card is going to represent some type of obsession and fear and control, and it even has to do with, like, sex and, like, abuse of power and things like that. But it's very hard to connect with that card without immediately assuming something disgustingly negative about it, about yourself or the world around you. And that's the point. You're supposed to unpack what you feel when you, like, if you buy a tarot deck and you go through each card and you go through the meanings and you start associating the meanings with personal experience or personal feeling, that's what you're supposed to do, so that you can get a personal feeling about each card. But you're not supposed to stay there. You're not supposed to stay with first impressions. And I think, unfortunately, a lot of the times people might do that. I don't really know for sure. I don't really want to assume what goes on in people's heads when it comes to learning tarot or how they connect with the tarot. But I have this really uncomfortable feeling sometimes when I see tarot readers online, especially on TikTok, who are so dedicated to understanding a tarot card a certain way just because they got that initial interpretation of it, and that's what they stuck with. And the thing is, that's kind of the point of tarot. It's to help you unpack whatever is causing you to feel that type of way about the cards. We're doing real good. I think I calculated just enough by the end of the day that we have just enough. We can just do a little cheeky restock in the morning. Have a great rest of your Thursday, Pisces. But you see what I'm saying? Like, it's not the tarot's fault that you feel the way you do about the cards, and it's not the tarot's not there for you to project whatever feelings that you have about certain things. It's just for you to recognize the ways that you are projecting onto the cards and unpack that. If you're open minded, because some people are not. We're at $2,500. Alright, Susu sugar has gone up in price. Not really. Alright, oil has gone down. It is now $4. That's crazy. Not much else has changed. Alright. Let's get this bread, so to speak. Alright, we're going to put the excess that we have left over from yesterday over here. Do a quick calculation. I think we're going to just get 3 of everything. We're going to dip into our funds a little bit so we have, like, extra. We're at level 8, you guys. That's actually amazing. We are going to go a little bit overtime on stream today. We're going to end at, like, 5:20 something. So that we can, you know? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get 3 of everything. I don't know how much it's gonna cost us, but I think it's gonna be about $150 for everything, which is fine. We can afford it. We could actually probably afford to start doing online orders, but what I've decided when it comes to this specific game, I want to do that when we're desperate. When we are desperate, okay? Because that's the best time to do anything, is when you're desperate, right? Are there other tarot cards I should talk about? None are coming to mind. Is there a card that you'd like to know more about or talk more about? Or get my perspective on? You're welcome to ask, because I am always welcome to talk about it. It's one of those special interest type things. Alright. Need the oil and we need the cereal. We've just gone under 2,500. Like, the cost difference of doing this way, so good. You're never gonna hear the end of that from me, by the way. It's like, I wonder how many times Val mentioned how much more cost effective this was. At least 5 times during this stream. Maybe more. Okay, that is everything that we have within the range of our license. 3 of each. We went just under 2,500, but that's any card. I think I'll pull a card actually and see what we get. Let's pull a card real quick. We'll use our original Rider-Waite to pull it. Maybe that's what I should be doing on Tuesdays. Tarot Tuesdays, I pull a card, we talk about it. So 2 cards flew out, one face down, one face up. I could talk about both, but I'm going to talk about this card. Don't know if you can see it all that well. Let's Alt-Tab real quick. If you know this card, if you don't know this card, it is the 5 of Cups. Anonymous gifter. Holy fucking hell. That is... okay. Thank you, anonymous gifter. We were going to start talking about the 5 of Cups or the 7 of Pentacles. Thank you. I'm a little shocked. Sorry. Thank you so much for the... What is that? Did I read that right? 20 gifted subs. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, thank you. And everyone who is now subscribed, you're so... Okay. Thank you to... oh yeah, that is very cute. Thank you for the 20 gifted subs. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, Anonymous. I'm sure that everyone who got a sub will be very grateful for the gifted subs. Thank you so much. I'm gonna keep talking about the Five of Cups, but thank you so much, Anonymous. That is amazing. We're gonna switch back over though, so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. I just love that I alt-tabbed and it broke the game for like a second. Okay, what were we doing? We were gonna talk about another tarot card. What card was that? I said it earlier, right? We can do Five of Cups or the Seven of Pentacles. Either one is fine. I'm thinking I want to talk about the Seven of Pentacles more than I want to... Right? No ads for you guys. Nobody gets ads anymore. The ads are stupid. We also have an ad break starting as soon as I said that. Incredible. Incredible. We get an ad break warning when we do. Quite literally, we just got the ad break warning after I said, screw the ad break. We will probably just keep talking through the game then, since we have those gifted. Thank you so much for that. Alright, so we're going to talk about the Seven of Pentacles, since I believe I've talked about the Five of Cups quite a bit on this stream before. The stream has had quite a lot of, I can't talk today. We've had a lot of Five of Cups conversation. I think it would be good for us to switch it up. So the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, I will probably have to show off later in the stream. Maybe I'll just show it real quick now. Actually, let me switch back and get the card out because I shuffled it back into the deck like a dumbass. Me just staring at that giant anonymous had to join the... Yeah, absolutely. You gotta dance. It is a dance party, I think. I can't dance, but I am dancing in spirit. That is awesome. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get that Seven of Pentacles out, and we'll switch it up. Let's just switch over. We were going to start talking about the, I was going to start talking about the Five of Cups, but we've talked about the Five of Cups a lot on this channel. This is the Five of Cups, and I think it's pretty obvious what the Five of Cups represents. It talks about grief. It talks about fixating way too hard on your negative emotions about situations that have nothing to do with your circumstances, because sometimes those Two of Cups get ignored right there. You still have good things going. Just because there's a current negative situation doesn't mean you forget the good that's in your life. And now we're going to just kind of quickly go over Seven of Pentacles. Feel free to take a good look at it. If you want to screenshot it, you're welcome to. That is one of those cards. It's also a 7. One of those cards that kind of talks about where we feel like we are in life. Where the hell did my game go? There it is. Thank you again to Anonymous for the gifted subs. 20 subs, that is... Ooh, I have a chest. What do we get? What emote did we get? We got a kitty! That's adorable. We got Spooky Cat. Awesome. And then we have that ad break coming in 2 minutes. So, yeah, the Seven of Pentacles. What an amazing card. So I still have it here on the side if anyone wants to see it again. The Seven of Pentacles, again, the number 7. We're dealing with kind of like a reflection of our growth. So Pentacles... You know what? Dragon Balls, I can see that. So when we're dealing with the Pentacle energy, we're kind of dealing with, yeah, 20 out of 10. Thank you so much again, Anonymous. Wow. I might have to pay it forward and give out some free readings for that. What do you guys think? I might go ahead and do that. I might start doing that. Gifted subs and free readings. 3 card readings per person. Paying it forward. Um, or we can do bigger chunks because I think it's gonna cover the cost of either a couple 3 card readings, or it's going to cover the cost of one big reading. But it really, really depends on what my decision is. But I think I might decide on that on Friday. So the Seven of Pentacles. Pentacles are when you have slow moving energy. And pentacles usually have to do with growth, as in growth that comes from the ground, growth that comes from intentional energy. So think of it literally like how the card represents, you know, sort of building your garden. You planted the seeds, but the thing about your garden is it's going to require a certain level of maintenance, right? You have to wait for those things to grow in. You have to wait for these things to be kind of ready. And I think with the Seven of Pentacles, when you see this person kind of looking over their work, they're not looking over it necessarily in shame. They're looking over it with a sense of like, they're just kind of reflecting on what's germinating, the sprouts that are germinating, the things that have already come to pass and what you've already noticed, but also kind of thinking on what I might notice next. What will I notice next? How can I be prepared for it? How can I invite more prayer in, more abundance in? The thing is, like, Seven of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles, the sevens in tarot have to do with progress. You have to recognize the Seven of Pentacles as progress, no matter how slow or adaptable the progress is. Progress is progress, whether it's you planted a bunch of rose seeds, but only one is really sprouting. It's still progress. You are still seeing growth, even if it isn't growth that feels like growth to you. It's still growth nonetheless. I kind of feel like when we're dealing with pentacle energy, we're also dealing with a representation of earth sign energy, but it's all of the energies. Pentacles are a representation of fire, of water, of air. So it's consideration of everything that you have planned and everything that you have. Nurturing is a great word. Everything that you have nurtured and the ways that you have nurtured it. The reason that pentacle energy is like, people kind of look at it like, ugh, slow moving energy. Of course it's slow moving energy. Do you want your kids to grow up quickly? No, you don't. You want that time so you can make sure you are connecting with your children. You want that time to connect with what you're connecting with, as to allow yourself the pace of getting to know what you're building with it. So Seven of Pentacles is like saying, like, I know I'm progressing, but I'm okay with the progress being very slow. Maybe in some fashions the Seven of Pentacles can kind of look like this person is kind of like reflecting and maybe even regretting, maybe feeling like they should have started sooner, wishing they were further on in their journey, wishing that they had done more. But that's kind of the funny thing about things that take time, is that the things that take time usually come out better. But unfortunately, those things that take time, that time that they're taking to build, also is giving you time to sit and think about all the ways things could go wrong. So it's not about the thing that taking time that's really the issue. It's how you're deciding to see that time pass, how you're deciding to focus on that time that's passing. So with the Seven of Pentacles, it's also really important that you see this card as how you're using your time wisely, how you're letting yourself create time and distance from the thing that you're building in a way that allows you to see it in all its glory without taking away that glory at the same time. Yeah, thank you to the anonymous gifter. I'm like crazy happy for you guys. Never have to worry about an ad break. I'm still going to take breaks during ad breaks when I can, when I want to. they didn't have to, I didn't have to take one now, but it was really nice to be able to see that. So thank you so much, the anonymous gifter. But yeah, like that Seven of Pentacles is really just saying like, I might not like where I'm at right now, but I'm okay with that because I know I won't always be here. But it's also inviting us to kind of sit back and say, you know, whatever it took for you to get to where you are, whatever it's going to take for you to get to the next step, just make sure you're slow with it. Make sure you're intentional with it. You know, this person who has the Seven of Pentacles in tow, like what you're gardening, what you're growing in your garden. You knew when you started that task, you knew when you planted the seed that it was going to take time. So for you to sit back and be like, oh, this is taking forever, it's just you kind of being like, hey, like your past self is like, hey, you knew that when you started. Maybe it's speaking to people whose gardening or metaphorical gardening is taking a little bit longer than you might want it to. Maybe the nurturing is taking a bit more effort than you might have expected. Whatever the case might be, the Seven of Pentacles is really just asking you to understand that it's okay. Whatever you've got going on, it's going to be okay. There is no like deadline. You kind of set your own deadline with the Seven of Pentacles because you knew when you planted these seeds that you knew it was going to take some time, and you knew you were going to have to prepare for potential delays. The thing about when you grow stuff in your garden, you also know very well that there's always the potential of having an excess in something, whether it's an excess in rain that might ruin your plants, an excess in sun. I'm not sure if those things actually ruin plants, but I think you kind of get what I mean is that sometimes what you anticipate is not the blooming of the flowers, but the kind of pains and suffering and growth that you have when it comes to watching what you have growing grow. So that is kind of how I see the Seven of Pentacles. It's just kind of like, it's kind of a check-in point. The sevens are kind of check-in points. They are progress. They are a sign of progress, including the Chariot card, which is also the number 7. It is a check-in point to say, hey, you've done a lot of growing. You've done a lot of nurturing of yourself and of the things that you're trying to build into, but you don't quite have a routine just yet. You don't quite know what you're doing just yet. Progress is progress. Feel good about how far you've come. Feel good about everything that you've accomplished so far, but you're not quite there yet. And you won't be, and you won't know that you are until you just do. Okay? It is a question of confidence. I think the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, it is showing a person who isn't quite confident in their choice or in their choices thus far. You also see this with the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords shows like a thief with 5 swords looking back at 2 other swords. And the Seven of Swords can be looked at as a card of betrayal, a card of cheating, a card of anything like that. But it's really that you're betraying yourself because you're doubting how far you've come to be able to make the decisions that you're making. So if you're seeing these sevens in your tarot readings, you're kind of allowing yourself to say like, I've come this far, why am I questioning myself? So if you are a person that questions yourself a lot and you pull the Seven of Pentacles, you pull the Seven of Swords, you pull the Seven of Cups, those cards are kind of bringing in an idea of, yeah, it's okay to question yourself. It's okay to have doubts and uncertainties because that's human. We're going to do that anyway, whether we have the proof or not. But the proof is not really there yet. You just have to have faith in yourself. With the Seven of Pentacles specifically, it's feeling like you're not seeing your flowers bloom. They're budding, and you know they are, but plants don't have certainty. Nothing really does, but plants don't have certainty. You can do all the things right, and you know your buds might still not completely bloom, or might not bloom at all. And it won't be because of you. It might be because of your circumstances. It might be because of things that are outside of your control. And so when it comes to progress, it's really not teaching you about what the right things to do are. It's to trust and have faith that you've been doing the right things so far, and that sometimes what's kind of holding you up or what's delaying you is not really something you can control. Um the Seven of Swords is interesting too with that, because it is another seven that checks your progress. But I think because swords have more to do with like thinking and like your general thought process and communication style, you might be feeling like you're leaving things to the imagination of the other person, that you're not sure what details to include, what details to not include. And sometimes we leave things out unknowingly, and it can look like we're lying to people. It can look like we're lying to ourselves. So that's another key point when it comes to these sevens in tarot. I really like talking about this. Thank you for being open to it. All right, so we have a lot of everything. Probably could do with more flour, but I think we're good. I think having a lot of everything is gonna do very well for us. And we only spent about 150, which I think is phenomenal. All right. Seven of Pentacles. How do we feel about that explanation? I do quite like this the original art from the Rider-Waite Tarot. One day I'll figure out the right angle for showing off this card. But I do like the original Rider-Waite energy, because it's allowing us to kind of see like what the intended energy is. But I think we can still teach with the other decks, so I'll probably bring that out another time. Our store is open. Come in, please. I'd like to make money. I'm so glad you liked it. I think next Tuesday what I'll do is I think next Tuesday what I'll do is I will pull a card that we can talk about throughout stream, and maybe find ways to kind of look at it from this perspective. And I could very well, because all of this is my Seven of Pentacles. Because look how much I've amassed. Look how much work I've done. Everything here is Seven of Pentacles, because I can look at this pile of boxes and say, is this going to be enough? But I've accumulated this through much less work, and I only worry about it being enough because I'm thinking of my future, when my past is really what got me here. So I'm right where I need to be. I definitely have enough. I won't know for sure if it's gonna last me the amount of time I'm hoping it'll last me, but I won't know that until I know that. And I can't sit here and stress over things that I don't know the answer to just yet, or circumstances that are out of my control. I don't know how many customers I'm going to get. I don't know how fast the stuff is going to fly off the shelves, and I don't know if I'm going to, go bankrupt. You know what I'm saying? All right, very good. Thank you. But I do know that I have an appropriate amount of stock for the amount of people that I've had so far. And I know I'll have enough to be able to kind of refill as the day goes by. Whatever runs off the shelf, I'm good. I'm prepared. I'm as prepared as I can be, given what I have and what skill set I have. And that is actually a really good explanation of the Seven of Pentacles, is what I'm doing right now. What an amazing conversation to have. Wow, a whole bottle of oil. Thank you. All right, we are at 2,600. Ma'am, you're going to have to wait. Sir, I'm so sorry. Very good, very good. Very good, very good. Very good, very good. Oh, that's too little. There we go. 2,600 dollarinos. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that wonderful? Let's do that. Yup. Yup. That's it? That's all you're gonna buy? We're gonna have a cashier sooner than we expected. Ooh, bills. Let's pay that. Ooh, an offer. We buy 8 pasta. Do you want to sell? Yeah, sure. I'll make an extra 23. Because the thing is, a box of pasta is like $3. And even if you buy it on here, it's basically, I just made so much money off of a box of pasta. That's like, let me do the math on my phone real quick. Let me see. That whole box of pasta was 23 something, and the actual box is like $3. So that was like seven boxes that I could buy with the amount that I got off of one. Because of wholesale. Because someone was like, I need a box of pasta from you. And I said, sure, that'll be $23 fucking dollars. That's a crazy amount for some pasta, but you know what? It was their money, not mine. Alright, oh. I have to restock. Okay. Enough whining. As much as I don't like stocking items, it's actually going to be way cheaper for me to not get a stalker till much later. Because not only are you hiring someone for about $200 and then it's like $100 a day to keep them on your team, but it's also the fact that you need to actually have a storage facility in order to have someone who stocks for you. And the storage facility is $800 freaking dollars. And at this rate in the game, you don't actually go through your product that fast for it to matter. So it's not going to matter to me until I'm much further in the game. And probably making a lot more money than I am right now. I mean, I'm making good money, but oh my god, did you just give me $100 for a $5 item? Are you insane? Yeah, you're wearing a fucking bow tie in a fucking grocery store. What's wrong with you? The fuck is wrong with you? Anyways. Have a nice day. Me working retail. What the fuck is wrong with you? Have a nice day. Typical retail experience. Did I have to throw it over there? No, but I just wanted to. It's just who I am as a person. It's almost closing time, by the way. Okay. Closing time. Do you guys remember that song? Do you guys remember that song, Closing Time? Because I do, and I think about it every time I close the damn store. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. We're almost at 3,000. I was kind of hoping we'd hit 3,000 by the end of stream, and it's looking like we probably will, which is pretty cool. Oh good, a person. I want to close the store. I miss my wife. Val, you don't have a wife. Not yet. That's all you were buying? Do you think any of the customers buy pasta and then buy items to make pasta from scratch to see the difference between packaged and homemade? You know, when I unlocked water in one of my previous files, I had someone buy a bottle of water, a thing of flour, and some eggs, and then a thing of pasta. And I was like, why are you buying pasta? You could just make it. With the other stuff that you bought, you could have just made it. But maybe that's what they were doing. Now that I think about it, maybe that is what they were doing. It's quite possible, actually. I didn't see it before, but now I do. Thank you. Because homemade pasta is always going to be... Like, homemade things are generally better than not getting them homemade, but I think I bought too much bread. It's okay. We go through bread pretty fast here. Alright, end of the day. 28 customers. 28 were satisfied. See? The flour went down in price, but the oil and the cereal went up. So cereal's up to $6 frickin' dollars. Love that for me. Oil is $5. Give me my money. Let's see, what else? What else? That's pretty much everything else. Okay. 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 Let's pay our bills. I don't think we have to stock up on anything. Maybe we should, though, because we are low on pasta and flour. So we're going to just run right over here and get some pasta and flour. And that's only a couple boxes, thankfully. It's like 3 boxes. So roughly we're spending about $100 a day to keep like a pretty good stock of things. But we don't have to like buy every single day. It's just to kind of keep the store from like freaking out. We said flour, right? I think so. All right. And we only spent a couple bucks. I love that for me. And I love that for you because you get to watch me do it. Okay, let's put this here. Oh, there's a spot that's dirty. I hate when the spots that are dirty have to go under things because it makes the boxes move and it's weird. I hate when things are weird. All right. Let's get this bread, metaphorically speaking, because we're actually getting pasta. We're actually getting pasta. We are getting the pasta. Let's get this bread. See, this took less time because we built up our inventory and now we're just kind of taking it a little bit slower and we're making a lot of money and we're almost level 9. That means one more level till we get our cashier. I'm excited because that means we'll be able to stock up even more efficiently, but not as much as when we get our vehicle. How much are vehicles again? Okay, so let me explain this real quick. So we have a skateboard. We can get the skateboard now, but we would still only be carrying 1 box at a time, right? Then we have a bicycle. The bicycle is not till level 9. We can get it as soon as we hit level 9, but we'll only be able to carry 1 box in the storage and maybe carry a box in our hands while we go back and forth. So maybe that's 2. I don't know, because aren't we riding a bike so we have our hands on the handles and not carrying anything? I don't know. But I know the scooter carries about 2 items. The sedan carries about 4 or 5 items. And then the pickup truck covers like 12. So I'm kind of wanting to just save up for the pickup truck because yes, it's expensive, but it's going to be more worth it. Did I pay my bills? Yes, I did. Okay, cool. We always want to pay our bills. Bills are important. All right. Open for business. All right, all right. I kind of love that there's people out there who feel inclined to do anonymous gift subs. So thank you again to that person. And just thank you to the people who are generous and like to give. Because I know, like, last year, right before my affiliate, I had somebody come in and they donated $100 to my stream. And they said, you know, keep up the positivity. And I thought that was really, really nice. It was anonymous, but it was really, really nice to see people saying, like, hey, keep this up. Keep doing positive things. So I'm hoping that's what I'm doing. I'm hoping, in spite of me making, like, my little jokey negative comments towards my fake customers and, like, just the general vibe of, like, me occasionally complaining about personal life things, that it's a pretty positive experience for people. But yeah, I think that's really, really, really nice. I love when people, you know, have it in their hearts to be generous. I think that's super cool. Very positive. Well, thank you. I'm trying my best. Although, if we do want to do a stream where we just bitch about stuff, I'm fine with that too. Not gonna, but maybe. Man, we are almost at 3K, and we hit level 9. So it means we could get the bicycle, but I don't really want to. We could also get a vending machine, but we don't really have anything to put in it, so that's kind of a downside. Vent stream would be awesome. We could all take turns complaining about bullshit. Oh, right, card. We're almost at 3K. I love that. I love that so much. He's looking for something, but it's not over there. It's over here, my guy. Don't ring the bell. I'm coming right over. When I first played this game, there actually wasn't a bell to ring. Early on in the, like, initial development of this game, like, there was just, like, the market. You couldn't walk down to another market. You had to order stuff online. It was dreadful. It was really dreadful. But the beauty of it was that you didn't have a bell for people to ring and be obnoxious. So it was kind of cool. Ma'am, 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 ma'am. That's not where that goes. That's not where that goes. That's not where that goes. Didn't I just refill this? That's scary. This is also scary. I love when my grocery store has a thing of sludge on the ground. I love that. I don't. This was sarcasm. I hope you could read that. Powdered sugar or regular sugar. I'm not sure. It's not very clear. Mystery goop, yes. That's scary, actually. Alright, let's go. Love me some mystery goop. Oh. A lot of stuff, my guy. I think it's because my store level, my store level's going up, so people are going to keep buying a lot of stuff. But I don't have a variety of stuff for them to buy. I'll just keep it at that. Oh my god, it's going nuts here. I almost threw that out. Yeah, I think when your store level goes up, people will buy more items at a time. But because I only have so many kinds of items for them to buy, it's not going to make a huge difference. We are at almost 3,200. That's kind of crazy. I didn't expect to get that far during stream, but we did it. We did it. You and me, we did it. We might even make it to 4K right before I end stream, because I'm probably going to still be doing stream by 5:30. So, if you guys are still here, you'll get to see it. Hello. It is dark, my guy. 4K, man. Oh, that's not what I meant to pick up. Mystery goop. Scrubby, scrubby. I just chucked that box away. Yeah, he looks like he's from, right? He might be. He might just be. You might be onto something there, LC. I'm not 100% sure now. Alright, we're running out of product. Oh, no. They're gonna be like, "Where's the pasta?" I got you. I got you. There's 2 right here. I got you. But no flour. We are running out of business, you guys. We are losing our minds and ourselves. Yep. I love exact change. Thank you. But we got plenty of bread. We don't gotta worry about bread for a hot minute, cause we got bread. We got loaves. Welcome to the bread bank. We got loaves. Alright, so we are definitely gonna have to restock on some stuff. Hello? How dare you ring the bell? How fucking dare you? He definitely does look like he's from Grand Theft Auto, though. I'm not gonna lie, you're onto something there. Awesome. Yeah, we ran out of pasta like nothing. Which is good. You don't want to like have product just sitting on the floor waiting for, you know. You don't want to just like have your product sitting on shelves. You want it to sell, you know, but you also want to have some left over just in case. And all I had left was bread. Wow, $3,500. That's impressive. I'm impressed with myself. And you. And you. Alright. One more person. Alright. It's always that one last person. You're like, you want to close the store, and there's just one person. It's always that one guy. Or girl in this case. Come on. Hurry up. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. 33 satisfied customers. And we had a total of 33. Alright. Oil went up. Pasta also went up, but we can't change that right now because we ain't got... Well, actually, we can change it on the computer. Fun fact, if you need to change any prices, you can do it on the computer. But it didn't really go up in price by that much, so I can't really change what it is. Before I go and restock, we're going to pay our bills that are about 30 bucks. It's really good, actually. It's not bad to only have like $30. Alright. I'm going to stuff this up. That's what she said. And we basically need a little bit of everything. So let's go ahead and do our usual trip back and forth. That's alright, right? It's okay. I'm starting to wonder if we need to start budgeting for like 4 boxes of stuff. Because that's... I mean, it is going to get pretty pricey, and it is going to be a lot of walking back and forth, but on the bright side is we'll be good to go. So, let's go ahead and do that. It's going to be quite the trek back and forth, but on the bright side, we won't have to worry for a hot minute. What a mess. Here, put that. What a mess. Did we get 3? Yeah, we got 3. We got 3. We're gonna try and, like, maintain our expectations, too, because 4 boxes of everything probably is gonna run us about 200 bucks, which, again, that is not bad. That's actually really, really nice. And the nice part, too, is that the more likely you are to have extra stuff in stock, you get wholesale offers. And those wholesale offers work out very nicely because people tend to pay way more for the box than what it's actually worth. So I think it's worth that at least. All right. All right. Alright, alright. There's people walking through my shit. How dare you. Alright, so that is 4 boxes of flour. And all we need left is cereal and powder. Disgusting. Nope, didn't mean to open it. So the stream will probably be done in about 30-ish minutes. Oh, did I buy an extra one of these? Oops. It's okay. I don't need to worry about that too much. We don't have to budget, but budgeting helps us from going a little crazy. I say while I have a gazillion boxes outside of a wholesale store. Yeah, stream will probably go for another 30 minutes. I did want to say thank you to everyone who's been here, including Anonymous, for the gifted subs. If you're not already aware, I will not be streaming this Saturday because I just want a break, want a day off. I'm going to use that time to kind of work on some side projects, stuff that I want to do for myself, stuff that I want to do for stream, and just kind of get prepared for the coming weeks ahead. As a friendly reminder, we do have a new moon on Friday, and although my readings are not open, thanks to Anonymous for the gifted subs, I will probably open a couple spaces if anyone wants to book a mini reading, like a 3-card reading or what have you, because maybe you want to know what's going to happen for this new moon. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just want a reading to know what's happening in your life. Maybe you just want a reading just because it sounds fun. We will look into how you do. I think that's everything I need from the store. It's the cereal, powdered sugar, pasta. Okay, I think we're going to go. We'll start walking it over. Oh yeah, breaks are I think what's important about life is that you do what you want with life. You do the work that you want to do. You make a business that you want to make. But even if you don't make a business, even if you never even if all you do with your life is you pick up a 9 to 5 and you do that job, that's fine. Live the life that feels important to you, that makes you happiest, but also live a life that you don't have to run away from. And sometimes that means giving yourself space from it, that you can observe that you have it without feeling like it is drowning you. I think that's another good thing to think about with the 7 of Cups, is that sometimes life can be a lot, even if it's the life that you want. Sometimes you can feel overwhelmed and feel like life is throwing you a lot of curveballs when it's not. It's just the way life is. Life is going to be filled with, exactly as you said, Elsie, variety. And sometimes variety means a variety of both good and negative feelings about it. It's important for you to take the time to distance yourself just enough from it so that you can see the good in it and also the things that you would want to change if there's anything that you do want to change. I think it's really important to give yourself opportunity to not think about what your life is like, so that you can come back to it with fresh eyes and you can kind of say, I like this and I don't like this. I think that's also another important thing. Like when we talked about the 7 of Cups earlier, the card that comes up after the 7 of Cups is the 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups shows a person walking away from 8 perfectly stacked cups. And what's interesting about this is that some people perceive the 8 of Cups as distancing yourself in a way that's abandonment. But the 8 of Cups becomes the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups, you're not abandoning anything or anyone. It's really just about giving yourself emotional space, because the cups are about emotions, to review and reconcile with the things that do or don't make sense to you. The 7 of Cups overwhelms you emotionally, but the 8 of Cups allows you the space to say, this is what we need to do about it. The 7 of Pentacles is like that as well. The 8 of Pentacles is about routine and repetition. So I think the 8 of Pentacles is us kind of saying, I've figured out what I want out of this and the best way to accomplish it that is the best for me and for the situation as it is. Because sometimes we're very overwhelmed with our circumstances and the way things are set up for us that we forget that we need to give ourselves some sort of consistent routine to kind of address why we feel the way that we do and we feel overwhelmed. So it is in a way kind of grasping the progress as routine, but also understanding that routine also comes with perception check, if you will. You're kind of recognizing that you don't always have to have it all figured out. The only thing you have to have figured out is what you can do to keep yourself consistent and keep yourself consistent in a way that no matter what happens, your days stay consistent. Things are not throwing you off balance when there's delays. Things are not throwing you off balance when you're not sure of what's going to happen next. You're not feeling like you can betray yourself necessarily. You're not feeling like you can mask yourself in this idea of glory or anything. You're just giving yourself a routine, a consistency that allows you to feel grounded and stable. The interesting thing about like the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords is that the Seven of Swords is presenting a person who is kind of doubting their decisions or doubting their communication style or maybe leaving something to the imagination. And the Seven of Swords transitions into the Eight of Swords because the Eight of Swords is a surrounding of every thought and idea and communication that we've kind of let cloud our judgment as well. And that is something that we have to sit with and recognize the ways that we kind of blind and trap ourselves from really understanding the truth of what we've kind of like. There's ideas and there's thoughts, right? There's thoughts and there's ideas. Ideas aren't really formed. Thoughts aren't really formed. But you can use the way that you think about your ideas as a way to kind of say, this idea works for me and this is why. This idea doesn't work for me and this is why. So it's the Eight of Swords is kind of like a clouding between ideas and thought where neither one is very developed, but you've overwhelmed yourself and you need to kind of take the time to recognize where your thoughts have gotten you in trouble and where your ideas have gotten you in trouble, because thought and idea is not really that different. Your ideas about things, your inspiration about things is what I should be saying. Um your inspiration in life allows you to play with the ideas that you have. It allows you to play with the thoughts that you have. But your thoughts are also an accumulation of solid logic and information. It's not just inspiration for the sake of this is an idea I can do something with, but this is an idea that I know how to do something with. And being able to discern what's a good idea versus something that has no solid grounding is hard for a person who just says yes to everything and doubts the way that they think about their thoughts. Because your thoughts are your thoughts, but the way you think about your thoughts, the way you think about yourself and the way that you think, yes, you can think about your thoughts. The way that you approach your thoughts, the way that you find logic in them can be very muddled in allowing other people's ideas to make you question your own. And so it's really about perception and allowing yourself to address something without feeling like it is you questioning your morals or questioning the way you approach your ideas, approach your thoughts. I was thinking ideas and thoughts being different, and like ideas being like creative endeavors or like projects that you want to work on, logical like new ideas and based in logic, but it really didn't come out that way. So like the way that your thoughts kind of, how do I want to say this? The way that your thoughts in the Eight of Swords can become how they take up space is really how I wanted to word that, but it just kind of went over my head. And that's kind of what the Eight of Swords is. Alright, we are making some progress on this giant pile of boxes. But yeah, Elsie, it is kind of like replotting plants with new soil. It is kind of like Eight of Cups is actually kind of like that as well. You're taking time and space away to kind of get a refresh. You know, you're not losing anything. You're not removing yourself from anything. You're just taking a break from it. All right. That's the thing too is I think that like sometimes there's also like the discernment of how is the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Swords different? And it's different, obviously, that cups and swords are not the same, right? Cups and swords are really not the same. But we as humans, it's not different in that we have thoughts, we have opinions, we have feelings about those thoughts and opinions. But I think, like, for some people, they don't know the discernment between what they feel and what they think. Because sometimes your feelings and what you think are the same and sometimes they're not, and I think sometimes that's where the Eight of Swords comes into play, because it's not so much that your ideas or your logic that's gotten you into a tough time is really always the case. Sometimes, yes, the way you've doubted yourself, the way that you've kind of accumulated your ideas and your principles, I think is a good word, can sometimes put you in a position where you feel like you can't move, you can't budge from it, because those are your principles, you know. But I think like sometimes we get that confused with the emotional aspect, because emotions do play a big part into why we allow our principles, because a lot of the time our ideas and our principles and our thought process, our way of getting to certain logical like conclusions is based on emotional connection. Sometimes the way that you feel about something and think about something are one and the same. I feel like I'm saying a lot of vague shit, but I feel like it makes sense. We are making decent fucking progress, I think. We have a lot of shit to cover here. I can't believe we made it to 3K, and we're actually going to hit level 10 in our store very soon. Very soon. How many boxes we got left? We got so many. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Because by the time we kind of like refill the store a couple times, I think we'll be fine to just open now and leave all that stuff on the curb. It won't go anywhere. I've tested it. It tends to stay in one place. But what's gonna happen, I think, is that we'll hit level 10, right? And then by the time I get my cashier, we can just run over there. Yeah, my character's cardiovascular is screaming with joy. Not when we get that truck, though. That truck is gonna ruin that for us, but it's okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Actually, I'm gonna take a quick water break because, whew, that's a lot of cardiovascular for me as well. A lot of drinking you gotta do. A lot of water drinking, I mean. Oh, man. All right, all right. We're making progress. We have so many boxes, and we'll probably get a wholesale offer very shortly, because usually I've noticed when I play this game and I stock up on stuff, there's usually like a wholesale offer right afterwards. And it works out because that last box of pasta sold for $23 wholesale, and that means I could buy 7 boxes of it later, which was fantastic. I ended up spending on bills, but it's fine. It's fine. Nobody thinks about what it's being spent on. We just think about the money. We just think about what the money means, and the fact that we have, without any loans, made it all the way to $3,200. That is awesome. I think that's incredible. I don't know about y'all, but that is incredible. And our character has incredible health because they've been literally running. Because remember, this is walking speed. This is walking speed. This is running speed. I just want to remind y'all that. That is incredible difference in speed. And we're still running. I would love it if someone could tell me the exact amount of hours. I mean, I'll probably figure it out myself. How much of stream did I spend walking back and forth versus actually playing this damn game? I mean, it's gonna work out in the end because every single game, I think every single thing in life has a slow ass start. And this might be where the Seven of Pentacles comes back into play. Everything in life has a slow start. But then once you get that, like, understanding of what it means to do that work, you don't really think about how long it takes anymore. You kind of just do it. You don't think about it as much. You only think about it because at the beginning, like RuneScape. Oh, I remember RuneScape. Oh, that's a throwback. That's another game that I should have played today because my, not RuneScape, but there's another game I was thinking of after RuneScape that I could have played today for stream. Because honest to God, like, my, I think my account runs out tomorrow for it because I bought, like, a 1-month subscription for it just to try it out, and I barely touched it. It was a mix of things. I barely had the time for it. I barely had an interest in it. Like, I paid for a month thinking I was gonna play for a month, and then I ended up not playing much at all. I think I barely even played a day's worth of that game just because between, like, so I mod for Final Fantasy 14. I mod for a streamer for Final Fantasy 14. I also play Final Fantasy 14 in my own time for fun. I'm trying to get my PvP mount soon. I'll probably get it tomorrow. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I do off stream that isn't Final Fantasy. You know, there's stuff that I do that I want to do. I take naps because naps are important. Rest is important. I've been, like, doing my own thing. So the time that I would have to do this other game, to play this other game, really, it's not a priority for me. So I don't know why I paid for a month, but hey, at least I know now that it wasn't really, at least at this moment, worth my time. Final Fantasy 14 seems cool. You know, it does seem cool, but I will say one complaint that I have about 14. This is going to be, like, a shock to most people because I do really love 14. My main and, like, only complaint with it right now is just the fact that there's a lot of stuff that gets lost in translation, and I mean that from a point of perspective of, like, let's say you decide to try out Final Fantasy 14. Oh, inflation for sure. But let's say you decide to try out Final Fantasy 14 online. And you're not trying out the the free trial with up to level whatever the fucking saying is. Let's say you're not trying it as a trial. You're actually, like, genuinely paying for the game like I am, and you're genuinely, like, maxed out in the story. I beat Dawn Trail. I'm caught up in the current MSQ, except the Manderville one, but we'll get to it. Which is shocking, I know. Just haven't had a lot of free time. Let's say you've done all that. Let's say you are actively playing the game, which is, you know, a lot of people are, and a lot of people aren't. It doesn't matter to me if you are or you aren't. Just for the point that I want to make, did you get through the game by yourself? Were you happy with the tutorial? Like, do you feel like that game is user-friendly for new players? Without Googling anything for yourself. Without any of that. Do you feel like it's user-friendly? Because I do not. Like, yeah, for some things it does explain it, but, like, there's some side stuff that I'm just like, how do you do this again? How do you do this? And, like, the society quests in this game are extremely fun, except for the beginning ones, like the Ixali one where you had to use the glove. I don't know if you have to do that anymore, but man, they punish you in some ways. with this game. Alright. I'm seeing that it's almost finishing time for stream, but I do have a little bit longer upstream to like kind of get through this. So what are we thinking of our pile? I like it. It's a big pile for good reason, because we want to make sure we have extra in stock. Let's open up and get another day in before we end the day. Oh yeah, the RNG gods are evil, but I expect that. I have a mount that I was trying to get. I don't even remember if I ended up getting it, because I just kept spamming and spamming this one fight trying to get it, and I can unsync it, luckily. Me and Luna tend to unsync it and just spam it, but I don't think we've gotten it yet. I don't think I've gotten it yet. I might have to double check. I don't remember, because I've just done it so many times. I've done it like, I know this might not sound like a lot, but I've done it at least 40 times. I think that's a lot, considering that usually the mount drops within that time. At least for me. At least for me. Oh no, not the ad. We're gonna snooze that real quick. Cause by the time it comes back around, we're gonna be ending stream in like a minute. Or no, 3 minutes ish. There's no use for the ad break right now. I just wanna see if I can get through a little bit more of this this day. Hello. Thanks. You getting bread? Good for you, man. It's a great pile. It's a wonderful pile. I like the pile. The pile is great. You know, with the amount of stock that I have and the amount of shelves that I have, I could just double up, do 2 things of bread, 2 things of pasta, but I kind of feel like I'd have to maintain that, and I don't want to. Because it seems like a lot of extra work that it's not even a lot of extra work. I'm just whiny and lazy like that. That's me, whiny and lazy. You didn't get that much. Don't be impatient. Jesus Christ. At least you paid with card. I would have been a little pissed if you paid with cash. Not gonna lie. I like how it's still playing the audio of me cleaning. If you can even hear it. Jesus Christ. I love glitchy games, don't you? Alright. That is incredible. We are almost done with stream, and I have made about 3,500. We're actually very, very, very close to getting to level 10. Oh shit, we're filling up. People are complaining. Oh no. Oh no. We're gonna get to level 10 very soon. We'll get to hire the cashier. This is what I wanted. I wanted this to be our end of the stream goal, and it looks like we're gonna make it. It looks like we're gonna make that goal very shortly. I just have to get through these last couple customers. I don't know what that noise was, I'm sorry. Yeah. People are making a mess in my store. I don't like that. Alright, let's get the pasta filled up. Flour, I believe that was next. Oil. And I think bread. No, we're going on bread. Never mind. I don't know why they're, like, bending upwards. Like, they're pulling their whole bodies up to look up. Like, where's the rest of it? Like, that's all there is, my guy. Just bread. Just $100 for a 6. You're out of your goddamn mind. It's okay, I am too. Are we gonna get there? Yes! Alright, let's go. Not gonna waste a damn second. Hired. Good. Let someone else deal with it. We did it, y'all. We hired a guy. That's his name. His name is Guy. Not Guy Fieri, Guy. He has no other name. He's just Guy. He's just Ken. Beautiful. I love that. I love that Picasso. Let's see, bills. We paid our bills. We have $3,600. We got pasta coming in hot. Hopefully not hot. Unless you've boiled it already. I think we did great this stream. I don't know about you guys, but I think we did impossibly the impossible. We did fantastic. We got an ad break that's trying really hard to show up. But this is great because this means that now that I have a cashier, I can focus all my time and energy on making sure the shelves are stocked and that we have stuff in the store to stock with, which is amazing. It's incredible. I love it. Thank you guys for being here on stream. I'm not going to let that ad break go. I'm going to snooze it one more time. We are going to save our game. We're going to alt tab to just chatting and just kind of hang out for the next 2-ish minutes. Holy crap, what a stream. I went for 4 hours instead of my usual 3. I think that's good. Yeah, so as I've said many times, feel free to join the Discord. It's not necessary that you do. It's just nice for you to have that available. If you'd like to see when I'm streaming, it'll notify you. I do have sort of like an event list up where it'll tell you that I stream Mondays and Tuesdays. Usual times, 10 a.m. PST on Mondays, 2 p.m. PST on Tuesdays. If I can change that schedule more consistently, I probably will, because my partner does work earlier in the day. I might switch my Tuesdays to also an early stream in the day. We'll see. But yeah, if you're not in the Discord, you're welcome to join it. We do have a Ko-fi available. It is good for if you have tips, if you like to tip for readings, tip for anything. I like that it shows up twice now. And then we also have the YouTube channel, which is where my VODs go. My VODs have been going there for the time being because I don't really like streaming to YouTube. It's kind of a hassle for me, so I rather just record it on OBS and then upload it. I believe that's all I really had to say for today's stream. I really appreciate everyone who showed up, everyone who was here. Thank you once again for the anonymous 20 subs. That was awesome of you. You didn't have to, but I genuinely do appreciate the... I can think of a word. The generosity that comes with donating. Thank you so much, Elsie, for hanging out for the time that I was here. I hope that you're having a wonderful evening. Please enjoy the rest of your week. I will not be streaming on Saturday. I'm taking the day off. And also, next Saturday, I will also not be streaming, but that's for a different reason that I will not say. Hope everyone has a fun and safe Thursday. It's not Thursday. For anyone's watching this, it wasn't Thursday, it was Tuesday. But we're going to say it's Thursday because it feels like a Thursday. It does genuinely feel like a Thursday. Alright, so that is all. Thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate everyone's support and love. Thank you once again to those who came and hung out for the whole time. I really do appreciate it. And if you're not following me here on Twitch, why the fuck not? Anyways, not a threat yet. Alright, thank you so much for being here. We are done. See you next week.